All right, we're on live. This is the Movie Busters, episode 28. The Chucky franchise / Child's Play franchise.
Part dose.
Seed of Chucky all the way to the remake.
Yep.
And the TV series. We'll talk about each a little bit because that's about to premiere. But welcome, everybody. This is episode 28. Like I said, I'm Alex, a.k.a. Alex 3.0, a.k.a. Dodger fan, 1990, blah, blah, blah. Woo, go Dodgers. Anyway, I'm joined by, of course, Thomas, a.k.a. Hardfan 34, a.k.a. Philly Boy, a.k.a. Whitley's Wonderland's biggest fan.
Oh, that's a good one.
And fire Joe Girardi, please.
Yeah. And, of course, last but not least, Rob, a.k.a. Movie Massacre, a.k.a. St. Louis Pumpkinhead Boy. Oh, man.
A.k.a. Burger King guy.
Yes. How you guys doing?
It was a good burger.
It's great.
You say that now, but later we'll see.
Been good. Been good.
Well, you know what, though? It's kind of funny that you say that because remember what happened the one time when we
Once upon a time.
Remember we did it was all four of us on here, me, us, and Dan, and we were doing the best and worst of 2019, and I had a Wendy's that night, and I had to leave twice.
Yeah.
Because I had the shits.
You have 3 times.
I
Well,
could have sworn it was twice.
if I have to leave during this, I have my laptop, so you guys can come with me.
Oh, so we can watch you take it.
I'd rather not.
Oh, yeah, why not? We're all okay.
It could be during when we're still talking about Seed of Chucky because I know you love that one, so
We're all family here. Don't be embarrassed.
So you can watch Rob struggle in the toilet.
Don't be embarrassed. We're all family.
We are family.
Yeah.
So, you know what? Speaking of family, it's a good transition right there.
Oh my God.
Yes. Let's get to it, shall we, guys? But
Yeah, I might have
before
diarrhea, right?
before we get to the 5th installment, there's a few things that I forgot to mention when we're talking about the other movies. Is one with the original movie. Originally, Brad Dourif was not going to do the voice of Chucky. Like he was going to play Charles Lee Ray, it's human, at the beginning.
Yeah.
But they had an actress doing the voice of Chucky in the original rough cut of the film. Jessica Walters, who played the mother in Arrested Development. Lucille Bluth, yeah, rest in peace. She was actually the original voice of Chucky. I would be curious to see that cut of the film. You know,
Yeah.
they said that it didn't work because she wasn't really scary. It was kind of like weird and awkward or whatever.
Well, Brad Dourif definitely had more of the voice.
Mm-hmm. So, but if they ever release that cut, hey, release the female Chucky cut.
Kind of like really
Yeah.
And another thing I forgot to mention, John Lafayette actually did direct another movie after Child's Play 2, and that was Man's Best Friend.
Oh, that's right, with Lance Henriksen.
Oh, Lance Henriksen. I love that movie.
He directed that film.
Yeah, Man's Best Friend, yeah.
So, just
and more I guess he didn't direct anything else after that, did he?
No, not really. That was it.
Man's Best Friend, dude. That's like an underrated movie.
I would say for like killer dog films, that like and Cujo are the best ones.
I always remember seeing Man's Best Friend, and that's one scene in Friday when Craig's dad is watching it on TV. It's your ass, Mr. Postman. Yeah. But yeah, speaking of ass,
God.
We are starting off with this piece of shit.
So after 6 years after Brad Chucky, we finally got a sequel.
I want to say something really quick.
Go ahead.
I remember this movie being marketed at the theater.
Yes.
They had huge standees. You'd walk in there, and this was like really, I don't know, it was just really sought after as far as like people coming in being like, oh my God, another Chucky movie. And I'm thinking to myself like, oh God, like I don't know it. I had to see it first just to give my opinion, but
I was excited. Like I said before,
for me, this almost reminds me of Nightmare 5. Look at the way the poster is.
Yeah.
It's a boy, or is it?
Yeah, really. It's like
At the end of the day, I could give a fuck what kind of gender it was.
Because
piss on it. Piss on all of it.
what? Glenn and Glenda?
Yeah, piss on that carriage.
Billy Boyd played by
Hell,
Glenn.
Yeah, Billy Boyd from Lord of the Rings. I keep forgetting was the voice of Glenn.
The Hobbit.
Yeah.
Which explains his accent, I guess. I don't know.
He played. Who did he play again in Lord of the Rings?
He
The
was.
one
I think he played Pip, didn't he?
Yeah, I think so.
Mhm.
Very sure.
Yeah, I was like when this was coming out, I was excited because it was another Chucky movie, and Brad Dourif was still playing, Chucky, obviously, and like okay, let's see what the, and I like I said, I liked Brad Chucky, I still do, and I was looking forward to like, oh, how's the child gonna look like? Because if you guys remember, they didn't show Glenn and Glenda in the marketing like at all. They completely hid, and I thought that was the kind of like at the time I thought maybe he's gonna like be so scary or whatever. No reason why, because he looks like shit.
They wanted a big reveal. That's what they wanted.
Yeah. And hey, Forka's in the chat. Yeah.
Hey, Forka.
Spears was in the movie, not really.
You realize too all some of the comments that 4K84 has been leaving, they've been kind of popping up on like the main screen.
Oh yeah, because I have the option to show them if I want to.
Wait, look at the newer one that he put up.
Yeah.
Britney Spears.
Special appearance.
That was also in the marketing.
Britney Spears.
That was also in the marketing. Like they said, Britney Spears did not show up in the film because they didn't. I think they were gonna get sued or something by Britney Spears. Yeah, because it actually did look like Britney. Yeah. But yeah.
Fucking women drivers.
Well, Bride of Chucky is 10 times better than this, 100 times better than this.
1,000,000 times better.
Yeah, so this was the featured directorial debut of Don Mancini, who also wrote the film. And it shows. It shows his there. So you guys go ahead and rip this film because you guys really want to talk about this, right?
Yeah, this movie is an absolute hunk of dog shit.
Go ahead, Thomas.
Go ahead, Thomas. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so my little history with Seed of Chucky, I remember this was actually the first like Chucky movie that I remember like seeing like parts of like as a movie, because I didn't see like the other ones until much later. So this is like the first one I remember actually like watching all the way through. Actually,
I thought it was Child's Play 2.
Did I say that in the other one in the other live stream?
Yeah.
Yeah, you said Child's Play 2. I think was your first one, right?
Well, I think I know this is one of the other ones that I remember first seeing like all the way through. But I think I saw this before Bride of Chucky, I believe. I don't remember, but
really?
I
you
think
almost have the 1,000 questions.
but I do remember Child's Play 2 was the first one I remember seeing, because I didn't see the first one yet by that point.
Yeah.
But I do remember watching this one all the way through back when it was new in 2004. I was way too young to be watching this. I don't know why. But I always remember it always came on cable. I don't know if it was like HBO or...
Yeah, one of those. HBO
maybe
Showtime,
Sci-Fi?
Nah, it was definitely HBO.
Stars.
This was always on HBO.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember I actually didn't really have any strong opinions about it, like when I first saw it back in the day when it was new.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was like, it's a Chucky movie, Brad Dourif's Chucky. I recognize Tiffany from the marketing of Bride of Chucky.
Mm-hmm.
I recognize some of the people in there, like I recognize like Redman.
Yeah.
The main thing I knew about Redman was there's only one reason why I knew about Redman, was because of the Def Jam games, the wrestling games.
Yes, I remember those.
with him and Method Man in it.
Yes, yeah.
So that's how I knew who Redman was from the video games.
Mm-hmm.
I then, when I was older, I watched it again, and holy fucking shit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so first off, I think the cast in this absolutely sucks, asshole.
Mhm.
I don't give a fuck about Redman. I think he played Redman's playing himself. I mean, there's a few other people that I recognize, like Jason Fleming, who played the Santa guy.
Yeah.
That's a guy I've seen before. He was in The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen as the Invisible Man, and he was actually in this underrated movie called Bruiser by George Romero.
Oh, I just got that actually.
Yeah, Jason Fleming was the star of Bruiser. That's a pretty solid George Romero movie. He's in there. John Waters, of course, the director.
Yeah.
As a sort of like a paparazzi sort of guy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, for people who don't know the story about Seed of Chucky, it deals with this doll, Glenn or Glenda, depending on
child of Chucky and Tiffany.
Yeah, and he realizes his parents are dolls as well, so he escapes from the circus, goes to Hollywood,
which makes no sense.
No, it takes place 6 years after. So
no, but how he finds out they're the parents makes no sense.
They even have like the Made in Japan thing on their wrist.
Makes no sense because it was made in Chicago.
And I like the fact too that like whenever they showed like the Made in Japan, you hear like Asian flute music.
Oh god, yeah.
It's like I'm very certain
the film was shot in Romania.
I know, but
well, you know what though? I forgot to say. I was talking about
it was shot in Romania. Actually, yeah, you're right about that.
I was talking about the beginning of the movie. I'm like, well, it's Glenn. Well, at this point, he's called Shitface.
Yeah.
And it's like,
I'd rather see Britney Spears, to be honest.
Oh, and so and of course, like they do the whole thing, like I wouldn't hurt a fly, like Norman Bates.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what the scene where Shitface, I'm sorry, Glenn is running away. It is fucking hilarious.
Yes.
It's like he's running slow-mo all the way up in front of the camera, and then you see the guy all the way in the back.
Yeah.
He like pops in the back of the truck and he escapes. And I don't know how the fuck he got to Hollywood on the airplane. I don't know how a fucking doll travels and buys a fucking plane ticket.
Doesn't know anything else.
Wait a minute. When you going back to what you said, Alex, about how it makes no sense. I mean, basically, Glenn sees a preview of Jennifer Tilly's horror film.
Yeah.
And then when the dolls are rebuilt from the original remains, he realizes that he is their son. So it really doesn't make sense.
No.
Like why would all of a sudden, huh?
Chucky shouldn't have a Made in Japan arm. Thing. The only explanation I can come up with is like one of the fucking arms that Tiffany gave Chucky and Brad Chucky was made in Japan, but still, it's like that's a stretch.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, that's really.
That's a stretch. I mean, we didn't see it in Brad Chucky, so it's like Halloween 5 all over again. You know, the Thorn tattoo.
Yeah.
The Thorn tattoo it comes out of nowhere. You know. Yeah. So go ahead.
Again?
You were talking about Shitface and him running.
Yeah, so then.
Yeah, that was funny.
But you know what's kind of funny? It's like when he goes to Hollywood and he finds the dolls, they're only props.
Yes.
So it's like if he uses the amulet coin to put the curse on to bring Chucky back, like he's putting it into the props, but it's not like the actual doll.
But it is the actual doll.
But they're supposedly only film props, though.
No, it is the actual doll, though. They said that.
Do you think they explain the amulet a little bit more here than in?
No.
Exactly.
No.
All he just says like what it says in the amulet, like the down below thing, and that's it. Boom.
He just uses it to bring him back to life, though.
He didn't even do the chant like all the way.
No.
That's it, and then boom, right there, they're live.
By the way, speaking of like other cameos, Tony Gardner.
Yep.
who did effects for like the Blob and things like that.
The other Chucky movies, yeah.
Yeah, he's in here and he gets his head popped
He plays
off
himself,
with some wire, and Tiffany and Chucky start kissing.
It's actually a pretty decent death. Like the death scenes are not too bad.
They're not bad.
No, they're very
Isn't
shitty.
Julia Roberts in this too? Like
no, but they mention her a lot.
They mentioned it.
Jennifer Tilly says like
she's jealous of her.
Julia Roberts got the part instead because she was fucking the director.
Yeah, like she's jealous of Julia Roberts. Like that's the running gag.
Yeah.
Jennifer Tilly as herself.
Okay.
So yeah, if since Rob here doesn't like Jennifer Tilly that much, he gets more of her in this one.
Well, you figure Jennifer Tilly plays herself.
Yes.
And Tiffany.
And Tiffany.
Yeah. So, and there's and of course, like the whole thing when they say like, oh, it's Glenn, it's Glenda. That's like, you know, that's of course a reference to Ed Wood.
Oh.
Yeah, Ed Wood's movie, Glenn or Glenda.
Yeah, and honestly, if you want to just see the Glenn or Glenda thing, just go watch fucking Ed Wood.
Yeah, the Giant Death film.
For the love of God, just go watch Ed Wood. Just watch something much more valuable than this piece of shit.
Honestly, I'd find more entertainment jerking off to a brick wall or something. I honestly.
Well, speaking of jerking off, you do get to see Chucky choke his chicken.
Yeah.
I mean, it's okay. So yeah, but this movie was criticized for its humor almost. Well, not 100%, but that's what people didn't like is the humor, and I thought the humor fell flat in this movie.
Oh, the humor was awful.
It's like if you're gonna do humor, at least make it mean something, you know.
You know what I kind of find funny in the movie is like at the very end when they're showing like they were showing the casting, and they're showing like the montage of like the movie. I'm sorry, the cast members. It's kind of funny how like when they go to Billy Boyd, they give him 2 credits as both Glenn and Glenda.
Yeah.
Well,
which I find funny.
Going back to the humor,
Glenn is supposed to be the good child, and Glenda's the evil. Yeah.
But I find it funny that like Billy Boyd is like credited twice.
Glenn is the good.
See, going back to the humor, like that's what Bride I thought did better.
Yes.
There's some things in Bride, like when Chucky flips that dude off, like that was timing. That was perfect. And just a little given the bird was funny enough. In this movie, I cannot find one thing that I laughed at. Like I was just like, you know, funny. Not one. I can't recall one scene.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you one thing in this that was funny. Not one thing.
Fucking monks and Next Credit Kid are funnier than this.
Yes, finally he admits it.
I agree with you there, Alex. Okay, I'll give you that. Okay.
You didn't think Chucky's violin joke was funny?
Not really.
He tried.
Oh,
Brad Dourif tried his best here.
I'm not faulting anybody for trying their best. It's just a poor direction. That's all it is.
Yeah, the bad material.
I mean, Brad Dourif, you know, he's always going to be Chucky to me. And no matter what movie he's in, no matter if it's shitty or good, he still at least gives what he gives. And that's, you know, Chucky performance. So,
but yeah, it's like, and all that stupid shit that happens, like when Redman gets killed, he gets his intestines all gutted out.
Yeah.
Then they got to find someone else to transfer Chucky's body into a human, so they got to steal the limo driver guy. And I'll tell you what, there's one good moment I will say in this movie. There's one.
I hope we agree on that. Go ahead.
It's the scene where everybody's arguing with one another and everything's going down. All the shit's going down. And Chucky tells everyone to shut the fuck up.
Yes.
And he says, like, what's the point? Like, as a human,
you get old. You can't get it up anymore.
Yeah, exactly. Like
that was a funny line.
He makes a good point though. It's like if you're human, like if he's in a doll, like it doesn't get old and you don't get sick.
Yeah.
But if you transfer your body to a human, you do get sick and you do get old and you will eventually die.
Yeah.
I'll give you that. That scene was, I guess, okay. Yeah.
To me, it's great you mention that. To me, that's actually one of my. As bad as this movie is, it's actually one of my favorite Chucky scenes, like in the entire franchise. His whole like epiphany there, like when he finally says like I'm Chucky the killer dog, and I dig it. Like that's actually a great moment for the character, I think. Yeah. Too bad it wasn't a better movie, but you know.
You know what I think of this movie?
Go into the later films, a little bit about what his goals are. But go ahead.
I didn't even mention like how the movie opens. It's a POV shot of shit face. Or
Which is
Glenn.
actually not too bad until he starts peeing his pants.
Yeah. You're pissing your pants. You're pissing your pants.
That's the only part of the movie before he starts pissing his pants that feels like a horror film. The rest is just like comedy.
Yeah, then it goes.
It's more comedy than horror.
I know it is. I'm just like,
and then it goes right from that to
the opening is the only thing that feels like a horror film, like at all.
Yeah, you think like
it was a dream. You know how much I love dream sequences.
We figure like at that POV shot, it's like you expect that to be the tone of the movie.
If that was the tone of the movie, it would have been a decent movie, maybe.
But then the shit hit the fan when he was starting to piss himself on the floor.
Yeah.
And the fucking little girl, you're pissing your pants. You're pissing your pants.
You annoy me, man.
Oh yeah, she was annoying.
Yeah. She's you know what? She reminded me like a worse version of like Vertical Solid or something. Spoiled little brat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
want it now.
I want it now.
God.
Where's Sheen Wilder to a dumper as a bad egg?
Very surprised we don't have Julie in the chat yet.
She hasn't seen
someone should get a hold of her on Facebook and see if
I'll message her. Go ahead.
So I'll keep going though while Alex does that. I forgot to mention John Waters as the paparazzi guy. Chucky, he was taking pictures.
He dates TMZ.
So Chucky encourages Glenn to go with him to go get John Waters. John Waters accidentally gets acid spilled on his face, but Chucky thinks like Glenn did that on purpose, as a killer. But Glenn tried to help him, and I will admit, trying to think what else is in here that's so fucking stupid. Oh, the one of the shittiest effects in the whole movie. One of the shittiest effects in the whole movie is when the assistant to Jennifer Tilly comes by to see if she can help her, and she gets lit on fire.
Oh God!
By Glenda.
Jennifer, what's going on?
Sound like Michael Jackson. Jennifer.
You know what though? I don't know why, but before I saw this movie, I thought she was gonna be one of the main characters.
I did too.
I know I thought that, but
honestly, she should have been. Honestly, she should have been a main character and not Redman.
And not Jennifer Tilly. Because
I don't give a fuck about Redman.
Right. You know what's funny? Fun fact: Don Mancini actually wanted Quentin Tarantino to play that role.
Yeah.
Thank God, Tarantino.
And he tried his best to convince him, but he couldn't get.
Can I just add a few things here?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So Don Mancini, he's gay, and he wanted to explore the LGBT or whatever that is.
Yeah.
I have no problem with that. Like, I just think it should have been done
better.
A lot better than. Right. I mean, if you're going to explore something, at least don't. I don't know. I felt like being a kid, with the gay tendencies or whatever was wrong. It was wrong to do it that way. There's a difference between like a kid and then an adult.
Well, I don't see this as a kind of positive thing because Glenda side is evil and wants to kill people. I don't see that as a positive thing.
Yeah, but do you see what I'm saying? Like, it's not okay. Like, if someone, I don't want to get in the whole gay thing, but I'm just saying, like, it just doesn't.
We already went through
make sense.
We already went with that with Elm Street 2.
Right.
No, go ahead.
But a lot of people don't realize that this was based. The screenplay was based off of a cult classic, Glenn and Glenda.
Yes. Yeah, we mentioned that.
And which I think is like 1953 or something like that.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, like, I don't like with the whole kid thing. Like, it just bothers me that they had to just do it that way. Like, if it was just some like adult, then fine. But it didn't make sense doing it that way. It just, I don't know. Like, even who was it? Universal Pictures.
Right.
Thought that the script they quoted like, this is too gay. Like, even they were saying that.
Uh-huh.
So I don't know. It just bothers me that I felt like they could have really gone for it in this movie to try to like come up with something new. And there's nothing wrong with coming up with something new. It's just coming off the last movie. It's like, do you go the same direction or do you change it up? You know, I felt like, to me, it's like the Nightmare movies again. Yeah. It's like you go from serious to comedy to a little bit horror comedy, then you just go straight into comedy where that's all it is.
Right.
So it's like I felt like this movie was just like, boom, let's just make everything funny, or everything's comedy now. Yeah, I will agree. Like,
you know what? It's like Dumb and Teen's version of New Nightmare, but more comedic. Because it's a movie in a movie. You know, you have people playing themselves. They're in Hollywood.
Yeah, but New Nightmare, I felt like it was more serious.
Yeah, I know that, but like
But yeah.
Well, New Nightmare was a better movie in general.
Well, there's no question. That's a better.
Yeah. Yeah. And Dumb and Teen, look, man, I like the guy. This is his baby and everything, but he's no Wes Craven. Sorry.
No.
There's only one Wes Craven. That was it.
Yep.
And I mean, like, it's to go back to like the whole Dumb and Teen thing. Like, this is the movie he wants. This is but like at the same time, he recognizes like he knows like, okay, this is not what the fans want when it comes to Chucky. You know?
Yeah.
They don't want like too comedic, too out there. But hey, I'll give credit. Like, I'll give credit. He went for it, you know.
Nothing. You got to take risks. If you don't take risks, you're never gonna know.
Yeah.
You know.
Orca
I'll
says,
give him that.
He's in the chat. He says, "Lighting on fire."
Yeah.
Glenda character.
About the assistant to Jennifer Tilly.
Orca says,
on fire. Take a dump on it. Everything you can. Just.
Orca says it wasn't a good movie. Period.
No. It's all was just stupid garbage.
You know, there's nothing wrong with Chucky being funny, but if it's just hokey and over the top, like if that's all they concentrate on, then you're making a comedy. You're not making really a horror comedy. You're making just a comedy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know, and
some horror elements in it.
And you know, I don't mind Chucky being funny either. Because look at Child's Play 2. How's it hanging, Phil?
Right.
Yeah, exactly. See,
like that's
some good horror comedies.
That's a darker tone movie, but that was a good, funny, comedic line.
Like, there's some good horror comedies out there. Like, you know, some that are just done correctly and done with.
I'll tell you, one of the best. Going on that subject, Rob. One of the best horror comedies out there is The Frighteners.
Yeah, that's a good example. And like a movie like This Is the End, like that's a great horror comedy there too.
Yeah, that's a good one too.
Oh yeah.
Other good like horror comedies out there.
American Werewolf in London.
Yeah, that's another good one.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Return of the fucking Living Dead.
Return of the Living Dead. There you go.
Yeah, that's a good mixture of horror and comedy.
Yeah. But,
even something like Troll 2 was better.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
Well, he says, "Yo, yeah, Seed was like a basketball." Oh, yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. But you want to keep going because I have a lot to say actually.
Well, I'm gonna wrap up my thoughts on this.
Robert, you have other things.
I've already given my thoughts with Thomas, so I don't really have.
It's just like, and the whole ending is fucking dumb with Chucky's arm coming out of the box, and you find out that like Jennifer Tilly got her Tiffany transferred her soul into Jennifer Tilly.
Mm-hmm.
Glenn transferred his body to a little boy. The whole birthday party stuff at the very end. Oh, and who can't forget that ridiculous Matrix split that Glenn does on Chucky?
Yeah, that was.
And the hospital.
That was bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I say there's only one good moment in the movie, and that is with Chucky just explaining like, well, what is the point of the transferring the soul to a human because you get sick and like this and this, and I would say that's like the only really good moment in the whole movie for me. Other than that, there's like nothing ridiculous about the movie at all. Not even Brad Dourif's voice can save this shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I gave my 2 cents in about this piece of shit.
I agree with everything you said.
Wow, you guys were actually really nicer than I expected.
Yeah, but I don't think we have to be over the top because everyone knows this movie sucks.
Yeah,
there's no secret,
Yeah.
I don't think this is controversial. I don't even think it's debatable.
There's not really many people I can think of that are fans of Seed of Chucky.
The biggest fan of Seed of Chucky is Dom Seed, actually.
Well, yeah. I mean, other than him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the only Chucky film that I just do not like. And then I've tried watching it like a few times over the years. I try to like it. I try to find redeeming qualities to it. And you know me, I always try to give movies benefit of the doubt. Like, is it really that bad? Yeah, it kind of, yeah, it is. It is. It's a bad movie. At the end of the day, this was not the direction that Dom Mancini should have gone to. I understand all this, like all his ideas and his vision, all that. He went for it. Good for him, but even he knows that he realized, even though he defends the film, he realized the fans don't like it, and this is not the way the franchise should have gone. It should have not gone to pure satire, self-parody, all that. But then again, we have Brad Chucky to blame, right? I guess. Even though I like Brad Chucky, I still like Brad Chucky. But yeah, Seed. Yeah, like Thomas said, the one good scene with Chucky saying like, "I'm done with this shit." I'm Chucky the Killer Doll. And Tim Field loses his ass.
And he's like, fuck it. I'm known for killing. What's wrong with that?
Yeah. And a few of the kills are pretty decent. Other than that, and Brad Dourif's performance is still good, besides the material he's working with. Other than those things, the movie, there's not really anything good in the movie. The look, I don't like the look. It looks kind of cheap, to be honest to me.
It didn't make very much money.
No.
I think it was definitely the lowest grossing of all.
Yeah.
It only made like 24, I think, million.
I did not give a flying. Yeah, I like Jennifer Tilly, but I did not give a flying fuck about her character as herself.
Yay!
She's unlikable in the movie,
Yeah, she is unlikable.
She's a total bitch, I know that was the point of the film, but.
And Redman's an asshole.
Yeah, I mean, I can't root for her. So you only got the Chucky and his family. And I don't really like their dynamic that much, to be honest. Like the whole, we should stop being killers. We have a child. Like,
I didn't like her in the first place. Good.
Too much. I really feel this movie does take away from Chucky because it's more. She needs
to stop teasing with her cleavage. She needs to just let it all hang out.
Well, she does. Tiffany does.
Oh yeah, that's one.
Are you,
That's one
are you talking about human Jennifer Tilly?
Yes, I'm talking about human Jennifer Tilly.
All right. So like,
that's one thing.
Are you think I'm talking about the doll?
That's one thing I forgot. That's one thing I forgot to mention. Actually, like when I didn't need to see doll boobs.
That's a thing. Yeah, I mean,
like, yeah, I mean, I think this movie took away from Chucky because it's more about Tiffany. I feel like she has more impact in the story than Chucky.
That's like Annabelle being like, you know, like.
Wait till we get to Annabelle 4, you'll see that.
Annabelle. Oh God.
Yeah. Annabelle goes to Hollywood and she shows it.
Annabelle comes out of the closet already. Gee.
Annabelle comes out of the closet. I like that title.
Orca says, "I hate this effing movie." So that's a strong word.
Yes, that's a good observation there.
And as for the character of Glenn and Glenda, I don't like the look. I don't like the voice. I don't like I don't give a crap about this Norman Bates knockoff. You know, I don't get the whole Japanese thing. It makes no sense because like he can speak Japanese and he can fight. Like what? Do flips and all that at the end of the movie and he fights Chucky. Like, oh my god! And the whole he pees his pants range of like that's really low, bottom of the barrel humor. Like it really is.
Yeah, it's pretty dumb.
Oh,
I just don't see.
Another thing too, I thought was so fucking stupid. It's like when Tiffany kills Redman, he does like that weird wink.
Oh, he's going crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. He quotes The Room. I don't know if you forgot. He says, "You're tearing me apart." He quoted The Room before it was trendy. You know.
You're tearing me apart.
Yeah. I know they weren't doing The Room. It was the James Dean song. So yeah, and I didn't care about any of the characters. Dude, does anybody really care about the limo driver being in love with Jennifer Tilly? I don't think so.
No, I don't give a shit.
No, that's stupid.
The movie acts like he dies. He's trying to say I love you, but he doesn't.
There's no direction. There's no direction in this movie on who you're supposed to care about and who you're not.
No, you know.
Because I don't care about any. I don't care.
You don't go to Redman. You don't care about the assistant. She's barely in the movie. You don't care about.
Then again,
Linda.
This is a typical horror film cliche: is where you have characters that you don't care about that just die. Yeah. So I guess in that manner, it sticks with it. But still, there are horror films that do it very, very well that have good character development. I mean, this is a Chucky movie. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
you're not looking for Oscar nominated performances and you know, but still, at least make it to where you can sympathize with the character or at least care about him somewhat.
Yeah, which we did in the first three Child's.
Well, like Child's Play 2, honestly, I sympathize with Kyle. I sympathize with even the foster parents
a little bit. Yeah,
I mean.
Phil not too much.
I wanted Phil to die, but
they're not really the foster dad, Phil.
I care about Karen Barkley, Mike, Detective Mike Norris, Andy, Kyle, De Silva,
Catherine Hicks. You know, she did such a good job.
Yeah.
Oh, even Tyler, I sympathize with.
Wow, you sympathize.
Wow.
He's his favorite character.
Shut the fuck up, Tyler.
But yeah, this movie, like, I know you guys give me a lot of shit for me defending Next Karate Kid because I felt like that movie gets too much shit. This movie, it deserves a lot of the shit it gets. It does. It really does.
It gets too much shit because it is shit. Let's just.
This movie needed bowling monks. That's what it needed.
Call it like it is. You know, if you see shit in the toilet, call it shit. That's what it is.
So yeah, and you know the story I told you guys about when I watched Child's Play 2 one time with my brother and my cousin. We also the same brother, same cousin. We saw Seed of Chucky for the first time on DVD. And it's funny, Thomas, you mentioned the part where Shitface was running away.
Yeah.
That when that part happened, we were fucking busting out laughing.
Yeah,
So
it's funny.
fucking funny.
I mean, it's stupid funny, like stupid.
Like oh my god, that's so bad. Like,
And they had a lot of puppeteers in this movie. Like
they did.
For each character, they had like several puppeteers.
Yeah, I mean they're like now they're working with 3 dogs.
Yeah.
Well, 4 if you include Glenda. So yeah. So yeah, this movie was pretty bad. Really dated humor too.
Mm-hmm.
Like the Britney Spears joke, the Anna Nicole Smith joke, all that shit.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Well, yeah. So, any other thoughts about Seed of Chucky? We going on for 40 minutes with this fucking movie.
Yeah, take a shit on it. That's it.
It was bad.
I already took a shit on it in my mind.
Everybody, biggest Chucky's fans have already taken the shit on this movie since 2004. Yeah. So this movie. All right, this movie went on to do just 17 million domestically and then 24.8 million worldwide at the box office with a $12 million budget. Not that great.
Nope.
And on Rotten Tomatoes, they got 34%.
That's too high.
Way too high.
That's I'm pretty sure that's the. Hold on.
No, I don't think that's the lowest rated.
The lowest is Chocolate 3. No, I'll go through this one.
Which is ridiculous.
Audience score on Seed of Chucky and Rotten Tomatoes 39%.
What did it get on IMDb?
IMDb it got 4.8.
Okay.
That one is the lowest of all the Chucky movies on IMDb. Is Seed of Chucky with 4.8. That's the lowest. Mm-hmm. So fans have spoken. Seed of Chucky is the worst one. Yeah, not Child's Play 3. Fuck you, Hunter.
Child's Play 3. Whoever said what the fuck?
Yeah, we all agree. Seed of Chucky was bad, really bad.
Yes.
And as of now, in this original franchise, this is the last theatrical Brad Dourif Chucky Charles Lee film. So
Yeah.
it's not sad, you know.
Probably could have had more.
Yeah. Yeah. So we had to wait 9 long, excruciating years for another Chucky film, and that is Curse of Chucky.
Curse of Chucky.
Mm-hmm.
So in between Seed and Curse, a lot of people forget that Don Mancini was actually trying to remake the film, the franchise. Like he was.
He kept this kind of was in a way.
Because like it was at the time when they were still doing a lot of horror remakes that was still trendy, like Friday 13th, Elm Street, and all that was still coming out.
Like in my opinion, this movie, it was like they wanted to reintroduce him the way people knew about him, like as far as like the first few movies go. Yeah.
Yeah, so like the reason why he didn't end up doing the remake, because he actually was gonna have Brad Dourif reprise the role as Charles the Ray Chucky for his remake. What happened was that MGM owned the rights to the first movie. They couldn't get, it was a nightmare. Like they couldn't get through any negotiation going really for years. So he kind of just gave up and decided, you know what, I'll make part 6, and I'll just go in the more darker direction of the original films. The original, like the first movie. I think that's the best way to continue the story, because a lot of people say they want dark Chucky, more serious Chucky, but at the same time, they don't want a reboot. They want the story to continue.
Yeah.
And when this movie was coming out, two things that I thought was gonna happen. One, I thought, since it was direct to DVD, direct to video, I thought, shit, that's gonna suck.
Well, you know what?
Second was I thought this was gonna retcon some of the sequels.
I can see how people's opinions. DVD.
Yeah, going in before you see the movie.
Yeah, it people automatically think because it's not a theatrical release that it's going to be bad. And I know from, I have tons of movies in my collection that are straight to DVD that are excellent. Right. And I've even let, like you guys know someone like Thomas, like I've shown you that one movie like Stranded and like, those movies.
Oh, yeah, Stranded. That's a great movie.
Yeah, like people need to give movies like this a chance, I think. Mm-hmm.
Well,
don't go into it.
What's another really great direct-to-video movie? I think it's one of the best ones, Tremors 2.
Yes.
Yes, exactly. People out there, don't go into looking at a DVD release, like no theatrical release, thinking that it's just going to be bad all of a sudden.
Right. It would have been bad if it wasn't Brad Dourif returning, all that.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's.
If it had nothing to do with like the other movies or whatever, it was like a straight up like and sequel in name only,
If Brad Dourif didn't return, it would have been a shit fest, I think.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like,
I can't imagine anybody else playing that role other than Brad Dourif.
Even though all those my concerns, like I was so excited because of Chucky and I've been so long and Brad Dourif was returning. I was like, okay, what's the story? Why is he in this house? Why is he going after these people? And then the movie does answer the question slowly but surely. And
at the end, they'll answer.
I will say, like, when I first saw this movie, I actually was kind of disappointed.
Really?
Yeah, because my expectations were too kind of like unrealistic.
I was disappointed with the ending.
I know you, but watching it again a few more times throughout the years, I've warmed up to it. I do like it. I don't think it's one of the best of the series, but I think it was a step in the right direction. This needed to be made this way.
To me, this is the best sequel after 3, in my opinion.
Yeah, it is. It's definitely the best sequel.
All right. And I think one of the big pluses of this movie is Fiona Dourif.
Yeah,
she's really good.
She's the best character we've had in a while in this series, I think.
Way better than Jennifer Tilly. Sorry, that's my opinion.
Not better than Katherine Heigl or whatever.
Oh, far better than
Katherine Heigl. Yeah.
I think to me, she's actually one of my favorite characters in the entire series.
One of my favorite scenes in the movie Valentine is when Katherine Heigl gets her throat slit.
Yeah. And Thomas actually met her. Oh, look at that.
I did.
Chucky overalls.
Yeah, that's cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I tell you, when you meet Fiona like in person,
she's just like her dad.
She has that laugh.
Yeah.
That you can definitely tell she's a Dourif.
Yeah, she's a Dourif, all right.
Yeah, for sure. Yes, she has a really great laugh. I'll tell you that. I will say too about Fiona Dourif. She can make a pretty good. She can make a pretty good Harley Quinn.
Yeah, if Margot Robbie decides to not do Harley Quinn anymore.
I can see Fiona Dourif being a Harley.
Yeah.
She would be good. Yeah.
I can see not a bad choice. Yeah.
Speaking of Fiona Dourif again.
Okay, here's a question. Did you guys think this was a straight sequel to Part 3 coming in?
In reality, kind of when the ending came.
Yeah, I thought so too.
Because when they, spoilers here, when they show, here's the thing. First, I didn't like the way the doll looked.
Yeah.
At first,
yeah.
But then it kind of warmed up to me. I started to accept it. It was fine. But then when they reveal that he was stitched together, yes, I thought it was like after 3.
Yeah, because I will admit,
before the reveal.
Before the reveal.
Yes. Yeah.
Because I remember when I first saw the trailer for Curse of Chucky, like I'm like, Chucky looks a little bit stranger than I'm usually used to seeing him.
Yeah.
But then when the reveal happened, I'm like, oh well, okay then.
Yeah.
Okay, then it makes sense now. Okay.
It's kind of like a holy shit moment. Like, holy
Right.
shit!
Yeah.
You know? Fuck. This is great. Yeah. And speaking of that, Chucky doesn't talk like more than halfway through the movie. We don't really see him.
It takes. They wanted to go back to the what made it like scary, and the what made it like child's play. Like I felt like this was like just like the first movie in ways.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. One downside though to all that, other than Nika, I didn't really care about any of her, like her family and all that.
No, none of it. Yeah.
They could have been better.
Oh, so you didn't care for like the character of Barb or anything?
No.
He was a bitch.
Like,
but
they're not the worst in the franchise, but at the same time they could have been much better. Like
honestly, the chili scene is like one of my favorite scenes out of the whole series. Like I love the chili scene. It was I don't know. There's something about it that was so.
Because it looks tasty. That's why.
Huh?
Because it looks tasty.
Well, no, but yeah, it did. But I'm saying that scene is intense, and it's so slow moving that you just want to see who's going to eat the chili.
Yeah, the poison.
Yeah, and I don't know. I just love that scene a lot. It was so I don't know. It was so subtle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites. But like, I like the way too. Like I noticed they used a lot of like CG on Chucky, but it didn't look bad.
A little bit. Only when you're coming down the stairs, it looked a little weird.
That part did, yeah. But
for the most part, they did stick to practical effects. Yeah, which is cool.
Yeah, the Earth was actually not the only person I met from this movie.
Who else did you meet? Mark Ruffalo's twin.
Yeah, you met Barb, didn't you?
I did.
Yeah.
Was she much nicer in real life than she is?
Oh, she's a really nice lady. Yes.
She still looks good for her age.
Mm-hmm.
I actually have her autograph right here. Did you see what she like signed?
What she signed? I can't see it.
It's kind of a glare, but
your eyes are too
fucking close to each other.
Oh yeah, together.
I love that line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that line in the movie. It's one of my favorites.
Right. Forker says, "Was Hygo not nice?" Well,
she has that reputation of not being.
I don't think she's that good of an actress, to be honest.
Hygo's not.
I've never been a fan of her.
Whatever romantic comedy she's in, it's the same thing. She's
right. So anyway, back to Chris Chucky. Here's one thing I do have an issue with is that I love I love the fact that they bring back the whole Charles Ray thing from the beginning, but at the same time, I don't buy the fact that he would like be delusional and be in love with this woman. You know what I mean? Like he literally thinks in his mind that he's the father of her children, like way back before we get to Charles Ray 1.
Well, honestly, I
don't see how that sense.
Should have went on Maury for that one. You're not the father.
I think it would have been fine. Look, it would have been fine if it was just like, oh, he kidnapped her and he tried to kill her. Like that's it. Like that's all you needed, and then put in Eddie. Like where the fuck is Eddie Caputo? Like just put
exactly
in there just a little bit, and then like I'm I'm gonna leave. Like Eddie Caputo's waiting for me, and then then you lead into Child's Play 1, and then boom, and it connects perfectly. But like that little thing really bothers me. The fact that he's in love with her, but he's delusional about it. Like what? I don't get it.
Maybe it just shows how crazy he is.
I know, but he's never really acted like that ever.
Well, we don't know because we've seen him. We only seen him in one scene in the first movie. So
I know, but like the only inkling I can think of, like we saw that at all, the character was when he was angry at Tiffany that she was gonna leave him at the end of season.
That's true, but
that's really it.
Honestly, with all that aside, I really loved seeing him in human form.
But I did too. I like the fact that we get to see him what he was doing before Child's Play 1. Like I like.
Yeah, I thought that was more interesting actually than some of the other stuff they did, but
even though he looked like Tom Russell.
yeah, he intended to be a populace.
He actually really did. Now that I think about it, he actually
don't touch
really
me, motherfucker.
Yeah, he did.
Now I can't get that out of my mind now because now that I think about it.
Yeah, but you didn't notice that the first time you saw it. Like, oh my god, he looks like Tom Russell.
Well, you know what? I didn't really make that really big.
He had sunglasses too. You know.
Johnny, that's me. Thank you.
That's me.
Hi, doggy.
You want the dozen red roses?
I think like in the flashback, when you see the guy introducing him to the family, I feel like that should have been Eddie Caputo. Like, hey, you know, Charles, this is this family. Here you go. Like, I don't know. I really bought and you know what drives me nuts? That Don Mancini in an interview said like, I didn't know people would care that much about Eddie Caputo thing. Like, dude, fans love continuity, dude.
They do.
I just like,
especially after like Seed of Chucky.
Yeah,
I was gonna say, especially after the MCU, like people fucking love connections, continuity, all that shit. Like, it's like, ugh. Like, yes, people care about Eddie Caputo, man. He's the reason why Chucky died. Charles Lee Ray died in a way.
Yeah.
What are you looking for, bud?
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I mean, but I mean, did you guys have any other like? Did you guys have any issues like other than like some of the characters?
Yeah, the ending.
I mean, like other than like some of the characters probably not being the best, but they're not the worst. Like that's definitely still Seed of Chucky and Bride of Chucky because I still think these characters are better than like Katherine Heigl.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And,
yeah,
you know, Jennifer Tilly and Seed of Chucky, but I still think though that Fiona Dourif is the best actor other than Brad Dourif. She is a standout other than Brad Dourif.
Yes.
Yeah, honestly, like it was refreshing to see her. But that's why
I think Fiona is the best female character, or probably my favorite female character since Kyle.
That's why it pissed me off that they had to have Jennifer Tilly in this movie. I'm like, why? Just leave her out at least for just one movie. Just come on. Why can't we just concentrate on Fiona and just have her character?
Jennifer Tilly only showed. I mean, Tiffany only showed.
Yeah, but Jennifer was the only reason why Chucky was where he was. And
they need to explain like how he's packaging himself. You know.
Yeah, but why couldn't it be someone else? You know what I mean?
He's gonna help Chucky. You know. Hey man, you know what? It could. At least they didn't have Glenn or Glenda showing up.
I mean. You know, he got sent in the mail to Tyler in Child's Play 3.
Yeah, but like I said, he probably left a note like as writing as Sullivan saying like mail this doll to Danny Barclay, please.
It's like fucking Jennifer Tilly has got to be. It's like Don Mancini. Why don't you just ask her to be your wife, just like Paul Anderson with Mila Jovovich. It's like she's got to be in everything with Chucky. It's just
it's kind of similar to like Sherry Moon Zombie and Helena Bonham Carter with Tim Burton movie.
Don doesn't like women like that.
I know that, but I'm just saying like the way he's always casting her and everything.
Well, they're like good BFFs, you know.
BFFs.
Yeah.
Yeah, BFFs.
They go shopping together, you know.
We're gonna go shopping.
Yeah.
Like in White Chicks. Let's go shopping.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. You know what though? Like, you know how I said that I was disappointed with the movie when I first saw it. Like the ending though is like what I like the most. Like I love that it connected so much with the other movies. Like when Tiffany showed up, like, yes, cool. And the end credit scene. You want to get to that right now?
Sure.
And he showed up. I immediately recognized him because I have seen interviews with him. When he's
I did too.
When I saw him, I was like, "Holy shit!" And like that wasn't spoiled.
Yeah, but that scene is not shown in the. Is it the? Because there's another cut in there.
It's only shown in the unrated version.
In the unrated, yes.
It's only shown, which I saw. That's the one I saw.
Yeah, I did too.
I heard like there's an after credit scene. Like, okay. Yeah, that came up. Well, it's like fucking Andy's back, and it's Alex Vincent. That's awesome.
Well,
he fucking shot Chucky in the face.
I wish they would have done more with him. But
it was supposed to be like a surprise. You know what I mean? Obviously.
Yeah, I know, but I would have rather have him than Jennifer Tilly. I'm just saying.
He's gonna be back in the TV series. So.
Yeah, it's good. I know. That's awesome.
So
I think Kyle is too.
Yeah, she's in it too.
Because I saw her in that one.
Yeah.
Part.
Yeah, she's in it too. And maybe she ain't the only one. Just saying.
Tyler will be there.
I doubt it.
Wow.
No, Charles. No, Charles.
He's probably in jail, dude.
Charles, stop cursing.
Yeah. So.
Wow.
Did you guys like the kills? Because I thought they were just okay.
The kills were fun. They were good.
Well, you know what? The first couple of kills were okay. The last couple of ones were good.
Well, what would you say is your favorite kill in the movie?
Either Barb, when Barb dies, or when Mark Ruffalo's twin dies. Those two.
Mark Ruffalo's twin.
Yeah, he looks exactly.
I'd say I don't. Barb's death was pretty cool. Yeah.
You have your mother's eyes.
Yeah.
And they're all so fucking close to each other. That was great.
I'd say her in real life, she is hysterical.
Were you guys surprised by the lesbian twist?
Yes.
Surprised?
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
I didn't see it coming. So I
mean, I get it. Didn't really. I was just
surprised. Like, oh my shit! Holy shit! You know.
I say it was a surprise for me because I didn't expect it at all.
We were going for the cliche, like, oh, the husband is flirting with the nanny. Like, oh, that's I see where this is going, and then all of a sudden, oh wait, no.
Yeah, I mean, it was a surprise, but it wasn't like.
And the reason why he was flirting with her because he knew the whole time. He's just fucking with them. Which I think that's pretty funny.
Pay the toll. You're on a roll.
Yeah. I didn't like the little girl, to be honest.
I like when she's tasting the chili and she's like, "It tastes funny."
She's
like, "It's the oregano." At first, she liked it. She fucking lied. And then
someone probably pissed in it.
I like when then Barb's like, "There's no meat in this." She's like, "There's no meat in this." She's like, "It's like what she say? It's like vegetarian chili." No meat in this, and she's like, "I need some salt."
There's no meat in it. I get it.
Here's the thing: why did the priest lie? Like he was suspecting Chucky the doll.
I'll give you some meat in it.
Like he suspected I seen that doll before.
Yeah, the priest is a fucking liar.
And then he starts eating the chili more, and he starts feeling ill, obviously. And like,
well, then you know what? He got what he deserved. He's a liar.
I gotta go.
He's like, "Oh, I gotta go," and then everyone's like, "What? You're stupid. Sit down and eat your chili." Yeah. It's like, you know what? Yeah,
Sit down and eat your fucking slop.
He slapped Fiona in the face. She made that meal, and he has to leave all of a sudden.
Yeah, she's handicapped too. She's in a wheelchair. You fucking asshole.
I know. It's like, and he even liked the chili. He's like, "This is the way my mother used to make it." It's like, well, sit down and fucking eat it.
Yeah. Well, so your mother made poison chili? Ugh.
Yeah. I mean, it's fine if something's wrong, but at least admit, hey, I don't feel well.
Yeah, I know.
It's like he knew he was gonna die.
That was just like, I'm gonna see trying like it's like if he died right then and there, like they would have figured out who's wrong here. Who poisoned the chili?
I do like though how he was like sweating and like all of a sudden like that was kind of cool.
Yeah. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention when I first saw this, when Chucky first talked, that is when I fucking geeked out so much because it had been so long since we've seen Chucky, and when he finally told me, "You fucking should be," I was like, "There he is, he's back, baby."
Yeah, this I know. That's the thing. That's why this movie's underrated. It really is.
Like, this movie can only go up from here from Seed of Chucky. It can only go up from here.
Some people don't think so.
I mean,
I think it delivered very well.
I will say
this movie delivered.
You know what, Rob? To be fair, the Jennifer Tilly scene does feel like a different tone from the rest of the film. I'll give you that.
It does.
She's at the UPS mail post office. Like it does feel like, oh, we're back to Brad and Chucky. It's like a little more comedic.
That's why I felt like it didn't work because
to me it was just like a fan service. To be honest,
I'll give you that. Okay, fan service. But then we get when we get to the next film, whatever.
Well, I feel like the tone in the next film is more consistent.
The tone in the next film is not the same.
I know it's not the same. But I'm saying like throughout that movie.
But that's what I mean is as far as hurdles, like the tone goes from serious to funny, back to serious, back to
It is a little bit jarring. Go with it, in a way.
But that's why I like this movie so much is because they wanted to go back to the source material. They wanted to make it scary again. They wanted to make Chucky cool again. And I felt like that's the way they should have went, and then bring back like older characters and just kind of like do it right and stop being so stupid with their stupid comedy all the time. It's just like, you know
what's crazy? It's so messed up that Charles Lee Ray is the reason why Nika's handicapped.
That's true. Yeah, with these stabs.
Yeah.
Well, it's like, okay, just think of this. Okay, we got Halloween 1978, Halloween 2018, right? And some people didn't like the comedy in that movie, but that movie was more serious than it was that. Now, just imagine Halloween Kills. Okay, imagine Halloween Kills just goes off the rails, nothing but comedy, like all over the place, and then Michael has a helper.
Halloween Resurrection.
Yeah,
waiting for Buster Rhymes to show up.
When you talk about consistency, like as far as like tone, like at least go in a direction, like go and know what direction you're going in. I felt like Don Mancini was he's trying different things. He wanted to try the gay thing. He wanted to try go back to the serious thing. Yeah. It's like, okay, at least have a layout here. Like, what are you doing?
It seems like he's trying to please all the fans that like darker, serious Chucky and
the more like goofier Chucky.
He's really experimenting a bit in a way.
Well, you know what? I think he knows that a lot of people didn't like Seed. I mean, so coming off that's
why he did Chris the way he did. Like it's more like, okay, here you go, more serious Chucky that you guys want. Yeah. And this one was an improvement in almost every way.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, here's another thing. I also really liked how Nika slowly figures out what's what of that Chucky. Because it gets mailed mysteriously. That same day, her mom dies mysteriously. They think it's a suicide. And then she looks it up, and then we see. Well, I remember that's another thing. Like when we saw she was looking it up and it saw Killer Doll Murders, Chicago 1988, 1990. I'm like, holy fuck, Child's Play 1, Child's Play 2, and then it also said Kent Military. So,
yeah.
In New Jersey, all the films are canon. I'm like, that's great. That's one thing, like I said before in the last show. I appreciate that Don Mancini keeps all the films canon. He doesn't retcon anything. And, as much as the tone changes throughout the series, they're all canon. That's cool. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He mentioned families like I love the Barclays and the Kincaids, and he says the Tillys, in your family, Nico, you're always my favorite. He mentioned the other films. That was great.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's some good fan service.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I don't know what I would compare this to. I don't know.
The first movie.
Yeah, but I mean, let's say a horror franchise that starts dying and then it comes back.
Oh, a horror franchise?
Yeah, it was dying and then it came back with a good installment. Nightmare maybe. Because
if you want to talk about if you want to add remakes in there, I would say Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah. You know what? Yeah, you're right.
Texas 3. I'm sorry. that is the most underrated horror film out there. Texas Chainsaw 3 is good, and then 4 is laughable. Again, 4 goes off the deep end, and
off the rails, it goes full comedic.
Yeah, it's a different tone. Mm-hmm. But then when you get to the remake, it's like, holy shit! Like, wow! Like they really, they just really went for it.
If I say like the 3 most underrated horror sequels, Child's Play 2, Leatherface Part 3, and Tremors 2.
Well, Tremors 2 is another one. Like Tremors 2 still had that vibe that Tremors 1 had.
Yeah.
But then when you get to Tremors 3, which is PG, by the way, PG. Yes. Tremors 3, I actually, it's kind of, I don't know, it's a guilty pleasure because of the fact that they go back to the town of perfection, and you got some older characters showing up, but it's really stupid and cheesy as far as like the acting and all that stuff. But still,
they just kept getting worse and worse.
And when you get to Tremors 4, wow, what a piece of shit. And then off that, it's like they're just stupid. They're
and
just
then
really
Jamie Kennedy comes in, and
Jamie Kennedy, you got Michael Gross coming back, for
and I think John Heder was in one of them.
Napoleon Dynamite himself.
Yeah, yep. John Heder, yeah.
Was he in?
Always in the newest one or something. How many are there now? It's like 7 now. Yeah,
there's 7. Yeah. Yep.
That's kind of like there's like 6 wrong turns nowadays.
Yeah.
There's like but they keep making them in different locations. Like there's a tropical setting, then there's a cold snow setting.
Yeah. So final thoughts on Curse of Chucky.
I think it was.
I think it's thumbs up for me. I like it.
Yeah, big thumbs up because man, I tell you, I'm really glad they introduced the character of Nika Fiona-Dorp. I thought she was a great addition.
Yes.
Yeah.
This definitely gets a big thumbs up. It's got some dark elements in there that I like. It's got some nice kills. I like some of the return of the characters, like Andy and.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this is definitely a big redemption for Don Mancini from Seed of Chucky. That's for sure.
Yeah, he should be proud of this one.
Yeah,
he is.
I would honestly say I think this is the best film that he's directed.
Yeah, maybe we'll see.
This is my favorite.
He's proud of all of them. Even though he doesn't really like Part 3 for some reason that much, but he's proud of all of them. They're all.
I don't know why he's not really much of a fan of Part 3. Part 3 is underrated.
Because just like Stallone. That's like when Stallone says he's not a fan of Rocky 5. It's like
because he said it was rushed and limitation and all that. I don't know. You gotta go watch his interviews. I don't want to speak for him.
When a director, when somebody says they're not a fan of like their own movies that they either wrote or they directed, it's just like, really, like,
yeah. So, okay, so this movie wasn't theatrical, so there's no box office numbers to it. But apparently, it did well in DVD sales, and Blu-ray sales, and video on demand. Only had a $5 million budget, so I'm pretty sure it did do good because we had a sequel to it afterwards. Rotten Tomatoes, 76%. That's one of the highest. And
well, from what I understand, this movie made box office wise sales it's like 3.8 million.
Well, how can it do box office when?
I meant like sales from.
Oh, like Blu-ray sales, DVD
sales, yes, box office sales. Being box office means like as far as like when it come out that day or week, on DVD or Blu-ray or whatever.
Like how much money?
How much money did it make? Like
it did well enough, yeah. And audience score on Rotten Tomatoes 56%. And IMDb 5.6.
That's way too low.
It should be yeah.
Considering
like a 7.
If you Seed of Chucky was a 4.8, and this is only 0.7 points higher.
It's higher. It's higher than Seed. It's higher than Bride. It's higher than
5 is like average. That's like it should be above average.
It's lower than 1 and 2, but higher than 3, Bride, and Seed.
It should definitely be higher than if it's not higher than Seed, then they can suck my Seed because that's ridiculous.
It is higher than Seed.
I know. I'm just saying. Thank God.
But he was just saying that if it wasn't higher than Seed,
yeah, it could suck all of our Seed.
How could it have been lower? Because nobody liked. Well, I can see nobody liked, but most people. Seed is the worst one. You know.
You can spread your Seed all over it. How about that?
All right.
Like bread and butter, baby. Okay.
So moving on to, we waited 4 years for another sequel. Again, also direct to video.
Direct to video.
That is Cult.
Notice how they keep the covers kind of the same as far as colors go. Like
like gray and
it seems like much like the last one.
Oh, one thing I forgot to say: Curse of Chucky is a better Curse movie than Curse of Michael Myers. Yeah.
Definitely.
Well, that's yeah.
Curse of Chucky.
Both cuts.
Curse of Chucky didn't need a producer's cut. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Curse of Chucky was better than both cuts of the Curse of Michael Myers.
Yes.
Fuck
that's a no-brainer there.
Fuck the producer's cut of Curse of Michael Myers.
Fuck both of them. Fuck everything.
Poor Donald Pleasance was wasted.
Yeah.
Oh, Halloween show coming next year.
Yep.
And Halloween ends.
And a Scream show coming up very soon, so stay tuned.
Oh yeah, we're supposed to get the trailer, I think, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty soon.
I'm gonna do a video. I'm gonna do a video on that shit. Anyway, Cult of Chucky. Don Mancini, of course, returned to direct and write again. Yeah. This one starts off like a couple years after Curse of Chucky, and
it's like 4 years.
Yeah, like 4 years.
Yes.
Same time as the movie was released, and we get to see a little bit more of Andy Barclay in this one.
Yeah.
What he's been up to, what he's been doing, and like his life is kind of a mess because he can't get a date. Well, he can, but it doesn't work out because he has a dark past. It was cool. Like he was talking about how he's a kind of a gun owner, but not a gun nut, only because Chucky's always after him. Yes. And he kept Chucky's head that he shot.
Yeah.
At the end of Curse of Chucky, which I really like that scene. After all these years, Chucky, what he's done to him, and everything. There's a picture of Thomas with Alex Vincent. He finally the tables have turned. Like Andy's torturing Chucky now, and I thought that was great.
Well, there's a difference. Like now he's an adult. It's like he's not as afraid. It's different when you're a kid.
Now, Rob.
Rob.
Yeah. I think Alex told me this or not, but didn't he say that you weren't too much a fan of this one compared to Curse or?
Okay. I don't like this as much as Curse, but there are some things in it I really do enjoy. But as far as like the conclusion goes, I thought it was pretty dumb, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
You want to give your 2 cents in about?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay, let's start with positives. Alex Vincent.
Mm-hmm.
I loved him. I wish they would have done maybe a little bit more with him. But I mean, it's fine. The whole story with Fiona, her in the insane asylum. Like that whole thing was good. I liked her, because after what she did, or what she was accused of, or whatever, it makes sense that way.
Hold on. That's one thing I forgot to mention about Curse. There was a nanny cam in Chucky's overalls.
And that,
What happened to that footage? Did he destroy it? I guess that was proof that.
Don't they show that in this? I don't think they do they?
No, they don't. It's like she was guilty. She was convicted for all the murder.
Yeah, but Yeah, I don't think they did.
My guess is Chucky probably destroyed the footage and deleted it.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, I just had to go ahead.
I thought the kills in this were pretty good.
Yeah.
You know, they were pretty. You know, I felt like Chucky was Chucky in this, but I did not like. I don't know if it's just me. I didn't like the multiple Chuckies. I didn't care for that at all.
The explanation
about how he found whatever on the internet, that took away the whole consistency of how he used to do things. I guess people can do different things, you know, nowadays, but it's like I just felt like that was a cop out, or just they're trying something different. I understand, but still, I don't think it made that much sense. Anyway, the multiple Chuckies thing, I thought that was just way too over the top. And people are used to Chucky by himself, and I understand that, and they're trying something different again. But I give them credit, I guess, for trying different things. I'll tell you one thing that I don't see where they can go from here, because the way this movie ended with Fiona basically getting possessed.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I felt that was kind of fucking. That's it. Like, that's what do you do? You know what I mean?
You know what? I like that Chucky finally possesses somebody after all.
Okay, yeah, I can see that. Yeah,
like, we finally get to see that. Like, okay, that's kind of cool, you know.
But
you know what? It's like almost like, in a way. Look at it this way. It's like, imagine if the Wile E. Coyote finally caught the rope. Like, finally, you know, after all this time.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
Charlie
okay,
Brown
I can see.
Charlie Brown
I can
finally
see that.
Charlie Brown finally get to kick the football. You know, I know. You know.
I can see that, but then they have, you know, him and or her and Jennifer Tilly like end up driving away. It's just I don't know, man. Like, I felt like they could have done something really epic at the end of this. I felt like, you know, if Chucky does get into somebody, I felt like Fiona was the wrong person to do that. I felt like he could have done it to somebody else. Like, it's like Andy Barclay. How cool that would be. That would be like, I think that would be
that would be like,
because you go from Chucky trying to get Andy Barclay as a kid, and then in the military school when he's a teenager, and as an adult he finally gets him. Like, that would have been, that in my mind, that would have been awesome, I think. I just don't know. I felt like they were just
he tried to get Andy back in the first couple of movies because he had to. Like, especially the first one, he had to.
I know.
He had to be.
I know.
No, he doesn't have to.
But,
and he's in his way now. You know.
I know, but how cool? How much of a, like, that would be like redemption for Chucky if he would have been able to do that. It would have come full circle. Like, I think that would have been a better story. But I can see your point on how the killer actually wins. Yes. In this movie, Chucky wins. So
yeah, he does.
I still don't think Jennifer Tilly needed to be there, because Chucky could have been fine. Just, you know, when he possessed her, that would have been it. But
it's a cult.
It's a cult, yeah. But I still to this day think that the multiple Chucky was pretty dumb. I don't know. But all in all, I don't think this movie is as bad as I used to think. I think it's, after rewatching it, I think, you know, there were more things I liked than didn't like, but it's way better than Seed of Chucky. And I don't know if I would put
would you say?
That's kind of a. I actually think I like this more than Bride. I think.
Okay.
Yeah, I have.
Is it because you get less Tiffany in here compared to Bride?
Yeah, I mean, that was kind of like my main. You get more Chucky, and what I mean about like multiple Chuckies, I guess that's what they were going for. You get more Chucky either way.
Yeah.
But it's like, yeah, I felt like,
Tiffany's not in this that much. He's only in three scenes, really.
No.
Yeah.
And yeah, and like I said, the kills were pretty good. I like the whole setting in that asylum place. That was good. Yeah. And Brad Dourif, as always, I think he was fine. He did a good job.
Still kills it.
I love his interaction with that older woman. Like, you fuck with me.
Yeah. Yeah, and you know what? Yeah. And again, like the jokes here, like when Chucky was doing his jokey thing, it worked a lot better than what they did even in Bride of Chucky. Like I think like the stuff that he says in this movie, just like you pointed out, like that, it was done a lot better. I felt like the writing when it comes to that stuff specifically was better.
Like when it was just Chucky by himself and like you thought it was just like one doll. Before they revealed like it was multiple.
Before they revealed, yeah.
Okay.
Thomas,
what happened to you? I think Thomas got possessed by Chucky.
Nah, I'm just putting some stuff away.
You're the new Lakeshore Strangler.
Yeah. No, he's a Philadelphia Strangler. That's
You're the Phillies, yeah. No, you know what? All in all, like I don't think this movie is as bad as when I first saw it. I think it's got some redeeming qualities. I thought maybe it could have been better. I felt like that, but
I do think it is a step down from Curse.
Yeah, I would say it's a step down, but
it's not too much of a step down that makes it unwatchable.
Yeah, you can watch this and be entertained. I mean,
this movie
Alex Vincent. I mean, think about it. You haven't really seen him in anything at all, really.
Good acting after Chocolate too. Really.
So it was refreshing to see him on his take of Andy, what he's been up to, and I just wish we could have got a little bit more. But hey, we're getting this TV show, so
so we'll see. Yeah,
that's my general thoughts. I think this movie is average at best.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, I remember when it came out, you really did not like it at all. You're like, oh, they fucked it up again.
Yeah. I mean, coming off of Curse, I'm just like, what the fuck are they doing? Mm-hmm. But after rewatching, I don't think it's that bad.
Because to me, like the tone is like a little bit mixed of a little bit of Part 3 and a little bit of Bride, like mixed to me.
Yeah. I can see that.
Mm-hmm. Whereas the Chris Chucky was the first one.
Yeah.
And it's like, imagine going from 1 to 3 and 4, like already, like shit. It's a little jarring. But then again, that's dominating experimenting with this franchise.
I thought Chucky looked pretty good too.
Mm-hmm. Like the doll that you see throughout most of the movie.
Yeah, I thought he looked good.
Because there was a buzz cut Chucky and dirty Chucky.
Yeah, there's different ones.
Whatever the fuck it was. The one that was getting breastfed. Whatever.
I was kind of like, are they doing Gremlins too here? Like, with the different Chuckies, I'm just like, are they doing like Gremlins? Like how in Gremlins they had like different kinds, you know?
Yeah, it seems that way. Yeah.
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 That's my thought.
I honestly thought the other Chucky was gonna be Glenn or Glenda.
Oh, if they would have done that.
Because I thought like, okay, Charles Lee Ray is in one doll.
They need to just forget that stuff. They need to just move on.
Hey, don't be surprised. Don't be surprised if Glenn
I'm not going to be surprised after today. I'm not going to be.
Don't be surprised.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised with anything.
I saw an interview with Alex Vincent and Christine Elise. That's her last name. Kyle.
Yeah.
And she kind of like sort of spilled the beans that Glenda was gonna come back, because she mentioned the characters like, oh, Chucky, and then us, and she's like, Glenn and Glenda, and then she's like, you see Alex Vincent, and you go like, fuck, and then she's like, oh, I'm not saying that Glenn and Glenda is gonna return. I'm just saying, as an example, like, she kind of give it away, like, yeah. Glenn and Glenda's coming back.
Yeah.
I don't know what way, but we'll see. But yeah, I'm sorry. Go. You're still going. Or are you done?
Me?
Yeah.
No, I'm done. That's my general thoughts.
Yeah, because I remember when it first came out, you really did not like this movie, like almost at all.
Yeah, that's what Alex was saying. I'm like, oh, maybe.
That's my remember.
Yeah.
But you saw it like.
Well, you know how things you like or don't like before, and then you rewatch it and it could be different.
Yeah.
It's just,
Yeah,
I think this movie has rewatchability to where you could. It depends on how you're feeling, I guess. If you know, I don't know.
Definitely.
I will never change my mind though about Seed. No matter how many times I watch it, I'm sorry, It'll never. I don't know. Unless I'm feeling gay or something, maybe I'll like.
Okay, Thomas, you want
to?
Some cult. Of Chucky's.
Going into Cult of Chucky, I was really excited coming off of Curse because I thought Curse was a higher standpoint coming off of Seed. So I was really looking forward to seeing how they would continue on the story with Cult of Chucky.
Yeah.
And I agree with Rob on this one that it is a step down from from Curse. But I still think Cult of Chucky, there is a lot of stuff to like about this movie because you still have Fiona Dourif, you still have and Brad Dourif, and you also have like Alex Vincent coming back as Andy, which was cool. But one of my negatives though with the Andy character is that he's not really given a whole lot to do with his character in the movie. I kind of wish he could have a bigger, substantial, meaty part. Probably give him a little bit more to do.
He could have been the Loomis of this movie in a way.
Oh, could you imagine that? Like, how cool would that be?
That's what I thought they were going to do after a few of those scenes. I thought maybe they were going to have him.
Sort of like Alex Vincent being the Donald Pleasance of the current.
Yeah, in a way. He knows.
Like, that would have been awesome.
You're evil.
Like, that would have been great.
Yeah.
But I still think Alex Vincent did a good job as Andy, as a much older Andy.
I don't know if you noticed, but he still eats Good Guy doll cereal.
Yeah.
In one scene, he does.
Yeah.
He does. I forgot about that.
Yeah. I thought that was kind of a funny thing.
Yeah, I wanted to see more of him. I just wanted to see. I still think it would have been cooler if he would have got possessed, but I don't know. That would have been.
Well, we'll see in the TV series. You never know.
We shall see.
Yeah, we'll see.
Then again, he wouldn't be dumb enough to get possessed.
But I do agree with Rob though on one thing though. Another thing I do agree on is I didn't like how Fiona Dourif got possessed at the very end because considering all the shit she went, all the shit she went through in Curse of Chucky, it's like.
And this movie too, she attempts suicide.
Yeah, but it's like, I kind of wish like maybe it was someone different. Like I thought it would have been cool.
You know why they did it? Because she's Brad Dourif's daughter, and they wanted to see her act like her dad.
I mean, yeah, I can see that, but I think it would have been cooler.
It's almost scary how close
if Alex Vincent did.
It was almost like a passing of the torch, if you think about it.
No way, yeah.
Well, you know what it's like if they ever did if ever Brad Dourif does retire in the future, Fiona Dourif could be the new voice.
I wouldn't be shocked.
Because she does have the laugh.
She kind of does sound like it's almost scary. She
does, yeah.
She has the mannerisms down, so I think
pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's kind of funny. Fiona Dourif was actually born right across the way from Philadelphia in New York.
There you go. Yeah, you go.
Fiona Dourif was born in New York.
You two are soulmates.
But the multiple Chuckies, I think you could have done something maybe a little bit, I don't know, but I do appreciate though that they're going these films in general are going back to the roots of the first three movies where it was focused more on Chucky. Because when you look at the first three Child's Play films, those films are strictly focused on Chucky himself because it's Chucky by himself.
Yeah.
And I could deal with Tiffany in Bride of Chucky with Seed of Chucky, not really. Um, but like with these films, they're going back to the roots, and I prefer Chucky like when it's just him.
Jennifer Tilly was useless in this movie. She was just useless.
Well, granted, she is only in 3 scenes of the movie.
I mean, but again,
Hey man, she did good. She wasn't in it that much, but for the screen time she had, it was fine.
Honestly, I would say Fiona Durr is my second favorite female character behind Kyle when it comes to like.
That's how I feel. Like, I want to see. Can't they? I just want to see one movie where they leave Jennifer out and focus on Fiona. That's what I wish they would do.
That's not gonna happen, dude. She's gonna be in all of them.
That's why I'm saying, like, God,
it was just a cameo.
It's like a bug that doesn't go away. That's on your arm, and you're going like this, and it won't fucking die. Like.
Well, like I said, man, either her or fucking Glenn or Glenda. So.
Well, okay, I'll give you that. I'd rather see her than Glenda, whatever.
Yeah. I don't give a fuck about Glenn or Glenda. I don't care if Chucky pulls down the motherfucker. Oh yeah, that's another thing we forgot to mention in Seed. Like,
let's not even go back to see Chucky anymore.
That's one thing I forgot to mention, in that he pulled the kid's pants down.
Oh,
God,
what are you kidding? That's my boy right there. It's like, what the fuck? Never mind. But now let me ask you this, Rob. Would you say did you think Chucky's design was better here than Curse?
It was sort of similar. I don't know. Yeah, it's pretty good here. The thing is, I'm more used to Curse now.
I like Stitch Face Chucky a lot more.
Stitch Face Chucky is cool.
We get to see him in the beginning.
Yeah, I liked his design here. I would say maybe his design here I liked a little bit better than Curse, but that's not really saying much.
Because they're kind of very
very similar, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, even though it is a step down though from Curse of Chucky, because if I had to say like Curse of Chucky, I would say Curse of Chucky is probably like an 8 out of 10, maybe.
Yeah, there's no question. I'd give it a pretty high rating.
This one I probably give maybe a 6.5.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a 7.
Yeah.
Maybe a slight 7.
I think this is like I think this is a little bit above average, maybe average at best. Like, you know.
By the way, Alex, Julie actually just ordered that. By the way.
Yeah, she told me. She told me. Yeah, she finally got it. Like
she finally ordered the Chucky movie, so she'll be watching all the other ones.
I told her watch them in order and just we see what you think, you know. Yeah.
I can't wait for her to check out the other ones. I can't believe she has not seen the second one. That's my favorite.
That's probably why she's not on the stream, is because I don't want to spoil anything. You know, she hasn't seen
these ones. Yeah. So.
Yeah, that's true. But other things I can say about Cult of Chucky. Here's
a question for you two guys. Do you guys think the characters, like the supporting characters, were better or worse in this one compared to Curse?
Compared to what?
Compared
to Curse of Chucky.
Yeah. Oh, the supporting characters?
Yeah, like the medical patients and the nurses and the doctors, all of them.
I don't know. I kind of like the characters from Curse more, I think.
Really? Oh, the family?
Yeah, I would go with that one because I just like because Curse of Chucky, it's like, even though they weren't the best supporting characters, I still kind of lean more towards them than Cult of Chucky.
Yeah.
Because like I swear to God, I'm sorry, I just can't get over that whole back and forth with the chili. I just can't get over that.
Yeah.
These characters could have been better, but they kind of fell in the trap of like cliched, crazy mental patients.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit.
No, I can see that.
There's a jump scare that I completely forgot about, and then it got me.
Oh, what's that one?
When that guy popped into frame.
Oh yeah, I know exactly what you mean. Yeah,
I was like, God damn it, Damancini.
Probably one of the better jump scares in the recent years, I would say.
I'm not sure. I got because I forgot.
I mean, just because I didn't see that coming myself.
The sound was so loud, I was like, Durn! You know. Fuck.
I swear to God, but no jump scare would be as good though as Exorcist 3.
That guy was like pretending to be other people, which is okay.
But other than like the multiple Chuckies, didn't really care for that aspect. I mean, granted, at the same time with the Fiona Dorff character of Nika being possessed at the end, I kind of see why they did it, but at the same time, I kind of don't want to see that because
the TV series. So
yeah, I mean, but I tell you what though, if Fiona does end up being the voice of Chucky in like later sequels, like later far down the road when Brad Dourif's retired, then that'd be quite interesting to see because you consider like you were talking about in the very beginning how in the first movie that the original voice actor was a woman.
Yeah.
So we kind of interested to see like a woman like do.
Yeah, but that was back then though. And here it's like now we're Chucky. Brad Dourif is Chucky. It's like I think even Fiona Dorff would know like yeah, my dad's Chucky. No one else.
Yeah.
Sorry, Lucy.
It's hard to replace the voices of killers because
it's too iconic.
Yeah, like can you imagine like who's the guy who does Ghostface?
Oh, Roger Jackson.
Yeah, Roger Jackson. So it's like trying to someone do that.
Yeah.
It's
that's gonna be hard because Roger Jackson has that distinct voice.
And they did do that in the TV series, and it didn't.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, for MTV.
Yeah. And now Roger Jackson's back for Scream 5, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Now, that's the difference when you have someone who doesn't talk versus someone who talks. It's like anybody can play Michael Myers or Jason.
Yeah,
because they don't talk.
Well,
not Ken movement is very important to them.
Yeah, Ken Kirzinger takes some notes.
That's all up to the director.
Yeah. If you want to be Frankenstein, Ken Kirzinger is the perfect person for Frankenstein.
Yeah, that's what Hodder choked you and threw you across the diner, you asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah,
good on Kane Hodder for that one, for doing that in part 8.
Yeah, take my job, motherfucker.
Yeah.
But overall, I mean, it was still a cool movie overall.
So you guys just think it's okay?
Yeah, I think it's okay.
I would think it's more than just okay. Like for me, I think it's decent, but I wouldn't say I would even say that it's above average. I would say it's a pretty decent, solid, sort of a slightly solid, but I'm more on the decent side.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'd say it's decent. Yeah,
but like maybe like a high 6.8, maybe a 7 out of 10.
Not the best in the series, but also not the worst.
Right, exactly.
Not the worst.
I think it's definitely better than Bride of Chucky. I would say that. I would say that.
Yeah, I'd put this above Bride.
I put this above Bride of Chucky. Yes, because at least with this one, and like even with Curse of Chucky, even though they're not the best supporting characters, I still think these characters in here are far better than say like Katherine Heigl or and the boyfriend in Bride of Chucky
and anybody in Seed.
Yeah, and anybody in Seed, like fuck Red Man and fuck the family in the very beginning, and the little girl who was talking about pissing her pants, pissing your pants.
You bump into Red Man one of these days, he's gonna, that's how you stream, motherfucker, I'll kill you.
But yeah, it's a solid movie, but it's definitely a step down from Curse.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
But there is still a lot of stuff to like about it, like Alex Vincent, Fiona Dorff, Brad Dourif, some nice good kills in there, but it's still like nowhere near as good as Curse, but it's still a decent entry.
Ray, stop talking! It's my turn now.
Fuck your opinion.
Well, fuck you, not that. I'm meaning you. No, just kidding.
Oh wow, you muted me, you fucking asshole.
For like half a second. Yeah, for like half a second. Some people mute their co-host for like an entire second. So you should be grateful. Yeah. No, I see. I mostly agree with you guys about cults. Like a lot of some stuff like is stepped down from Curse, but I feel like I kind of like it around the same.
So you're saying that you like it just the same as Curse?
Yeah, To me, they're both on the same level. Yeah, I really like the mental hospital setting. Those are always good settings for horror films.
Yeah, we haven't seen them.
I think a lot of horror films that take place inside of a hospital general that are pretty good, like Halloween 2.
Yeah, it's just like this creepy,
Exactly.
Yeah. Even though there's no cameras, but whatever.
Session 9.
Dream Warrior.
Even Exorcist 3 in sort of like a hospital setting.
Yeah.
That was cool. So yeah, there's a lot of good horror films that take place in a hospital or an asylum.
Yeah. It was cool to see Alex Vincent back as Andy, even though he's not in it that much. Yeah, Brad Dober's Chucky is still good. Here you get a little bit more of this joke compared to Curse. And like I said, I don't mind jokes that are anything like that to me. Like, the characters the supporting characters could have been better. Like, here's one thing. Did you guys like the whole what was it, like the hypnotizing thing that the doctor does on Nika? Like,
yeah.
You guys not get Exorcist 2 flashbacks to that? Seriously.
Well, now that you think about it, I do now.
Yeah.
That's not a good thing.
The first thing in my mind is like, oh my god, Exorcist 2.
God, that movie.
One of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life.
One of the most boring movies I've ever seen.
It seemed like the same sound effect too, with the light, like almost the same.
Not even Linda Blair could save that one.
They're kind of fucked up.
Not even James Earl Jones or anything like that could save that movie.
Like it's kind of fucked up that doctor pretty much hypnotizes her, like so he can molest her. That's kind of fucked up,
Yeah.
Chucky says like this is fucked up, Yeah, like the kills were decent. So there was some like I can do without some of the CG parts. Like you get the same kind of death scene like you did in Bride with the glass where he throws the fucking thing and the glass comes down. Like,
yeah.
This time the difference is like that's with snow. I kind of like this is just like a snow setting because it kind of took me back to the first movie, like how that's like winter setting. That was kind of cool. And another thing, like I never thought in a million years I would see like the character of Andy interact with Tiffany. Like, okay, cool. The first 3 movies interacting with the bride and see, like that's kind of cool. I like that. Like, even though it's like fan service stuff, like, that's cool. You get to see that, Yeah, like how Andy's like, fuck you, I know who you are. I'm gonna kill you and I'm gonna kill Chucky. You guys don't scare me.
Yeah.
Like, and he's come a long way since being that scared little boy, from the first movie. But like overall, I do like this movie. I think it's definitely better than Seed. But I don't think it's one of the best of the series. And the whole multiple Chucky thing could have been explained better.
Yeah, it could have been.
But I did find the interaction with the multiple Chuckies. I did like that was kind of funny to me because like Chucky kind of literally talking to himself, and like.
Yeah, it's like he learned, the voodoo thing. In the first movie, it's like this felt kind of just like okay.
Doctor,
You saw this on the internet and okay.
Voodoo'sfordummy.com.
Yeah.
So like anybody can go in there and just do it.
It's almost like they were poking fun at it, like
I guess.
Because
the whole voodoo thing, that was never Don Mancini's idea.
No.
I don't know. He just went with it because like that's the first one.
But I mean, there was always something about it. Like,
yeah,
the fact that he had to go through a process to get it done, I felt like that was all taken away here. It was a lot easier.
So now, yeah, well, anybody can do it because anybody can just look it up and
yeah.
So I was like,
and I suppose that's a kind of like a nod to how technology is more advanced now. You know.
Yeah, but.
And
does Voodoo advance with these?
There's always interesting things to find on the internet. So
yes, yeah.
The dark web.
Yeah. Stay away from the dark web, guys.
Speaking of unfriended dark web.
Yeah.
What about it? Oh,
that movie makes. I mean, the first movie is like gold compared to that.
Yeah, and just like the Chucky, we have an after credit scene in this one with Kyle returning, which again I was surprised to see.
I mean, I was surprised, but again,
it was cool to see her. Like, and she was wearing the same hat. She didn't.
Yeah.
Look, it literally is the same hat. That's
I would have rather again. I thought it would have been cool to have her in this movie.
Again, she's gonna be in the show. So
I know they're waiting till the show. That's fine.
Well, it's like Chris and Colt are like setups for the show, pretty much. In a way, if you look.
In a way, yeah.
It's like Dom Mancini was, for lack of a better term, planting his seeds for the show.
Oh my God! Planting his Glenn and Glenda. God.
Yeah. That's another moment when I first saw it. I was like, when I saw Kyle, I was like, yeah, fuck yes, you know. Still waiting for Karen and Mike to come back though, and Tyler. Can't forget about that. But yeah, overall, I liked it. It seems like I liked the movie a little bit more than you guys, but it doesn't.
I want to see De Silva come back. I
want her to come back and do 25 push-ups.
Yeah.
On the spot.
She needs to kick Jennifer Tilly's ass.
Yeah.
So yeah, I enjoyed this movie. I thought it was fine. Not the best, but not the worst by a long shot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Final thoughts before we move on.
Decent movie.
Decent. It's solid.
Yeah.
Slightly solid, but a decent movie.
Dude, I feel so bad for the Nika character because she gone through hell. She's handicapped her whole life because of Chucky.
Yeah.
Her whole family's dead, including Alice. She's in a mental hospital. She gets accused of all the murders. She practically gets raped by her doctor, and now she's possessed by Chucky. Fuck, man. Dom Mancini, give this girl a break.
And she's up and walking now.
I know, but it's not her control.
No, I know.
That's goddamn. Like, she needs a redemption in the show, man. Come on. Anyway, so again, this was also direct to video, so there's no theatrical box office here. The budget was, I guess, like $6.5 million.
No, so not that much higher than Curse.
I guess it did okay. It did okay in DVD and Blu-ray sales, but not that. It actually didn't do as much as Curse in comparison. So I guess.
Now, what are the ratings?
I guess it's like me, like Rob said, like the Curse sales
like 3.8.
2.8. This one was like 2.8. So a little lower. And I guess that's what they decided to do a TV show instead of an eighth or a sequel or whatever. Rotten Tomatoes, 79%. So that's the highest of the whole franchise.
Wow.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah. And audience score 49%. That's one of the lowest.
Well, that tells a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, fans were actually split on this one. Yeah.
You had a cat in your chest. What?
His cat.
Had a cat in my chest, wasn't able to. Oh, like maybe his cat was sitting on him.
His pet
Oh,
cat.
well, he said cat in my chest. You have an xenomorph in your chest.
It's kind of like
Animorphs.
it's like
just
Jason Wade.
don't eat any food. Don't be like John Hurt and eat any food.
Don't be like Brody
dude,
and
that
Mark.
scene,
Like I stuck a cat up my ass. My brother was a weird guy.
Dude, that scene from Alien, John Hurt. Oh, dude, that scene is crazy.
Yeah.
Okay. IMDb on Call of Chucky 5.2.
That's pretty low.
So that's lower than Curse, and lower
That's
than.
still a little bit too low.
So that's low. That's lower than Child's Play 1, 2, Bride, and Curse, but higher than Seed and 3. So.
Well, thank God it's higher than Seed.
Yeah. Okay.
That'd be a problem.
I don't know how anything could be lower than Seed.
So, 2 years passed by and we didn't get a sequel. We got a remake instead, which pissed a lot of people off. Hold on. Whoops.
Well, I mean, it depends on how you look at it. A lot of people loved it.
All right. So we got Child's Play the remake.
There it is.
Yeah. First things first.
Where's your shitter?
No. Going into this movie, I wanted to hate it so much. Like I was against this film. I was like, "Why you're remaking it?" Especially since the series is still going on.
That's what I didn't understand.
Why are you doing this? Like, why? I was like, well, if it came out after Seed and there was no Chucky movies, then okay, that makes sense. But like, why are you doing this now? Like, why are you doing it at the same time? You know. Like imagine if, like, let's say, like, they did Halloween Part 9 in 2006, and then Rob Zombie's remake came out a year after. That wouldn't make any sense. But with that, but anyway, so yeah, yeah, Halloween Kill coming next year.
Yeah, fuck Rob Zombie's movie.
So yeah, I think we're all against this movie going in, right? I mean, it's fair to say. This is accurate. All of us, all three of us.
I was confused from day one. I was confused on why they didn't
want this one. We didn't want this movie to be made, right?
Especially when they didn't get Brad Dourif. Here's the thing. Bottom line, this movie should not be called Child's Play. It should not. It has nothing to do with anything. It has nothing to do with anything.
You're getting ahead of yourself. Like Thomas, right? You didn't want this movie to be made, right?
No.
Okay, me neither. All right. But when I finally saw it, because I heard a lot of people saying it's good, I finally saw it, and to my surprise, I actually liked it. You know, you just fucking never know. I did like this movie. I didn't love it. It does not on the level of the best Chucky movies, obviously, but I thought for what it was decent. Mm-hmm.
But you can't call it a Chucky movie because it's not Chucky.
Well, it's not Charles Lee Ray Chucky.
No, it's not Chucky at all.
Yeah, it's completely different.
This is a different take, and it's you know what it's I consider this its own thing. It is its own thing.
Yeah, it's not really.
It's not really a Child's Play though.
Yeah.
And that's what I kind of like about it. I like that it didn't harper on like the original movie. I like that it didn't repeat the same scenes, same lines, and it did its own thing. Which a lot of remakes do, like whether they're good or bad, they repeat the same thing, scenes, lines, all that. Like I can't stand it when they do that a lot of times.
Well, not Texas Chainsaw Massacre though.
I know, but
Both Have Eyes, a good one too.
I'm not saying all of them. I'm saying like a lot of them.
Yeah, I know.
I'm looking at you, Elm Street remake.
Psycho 88 is 98 is that's a perfect example.
Yeah. But I'm talking about like Elm Street remake.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is with the Psycho remake, the Psycho remake should have been called Xerox.
Yeah. I was so relieved that they didn't do this in this one, and that's one of the things why I like about it. Like, okay, it is its own thing, you know. Kind of like I flipped the script a bit. I really liked the Chucky Andy relationship in this one. I like how it was so much different from the other one. I like this take on it. I think the kid who played Andy was really good. And I think Mark Hamill did a good job as Buddy. I'll call him Buddy. I won't call him Chucky. I'll call him Buddy. That's what he is. As Buddy.
Yeah, he's not Chucky.
He's not Chucky that we know, but Buddy. I thought he did a good job. I like how Chucky. Oh my God, Chucky, Buddy. I like how Buddy.
I know it's hard to not say Chucky.
Yeah, I like how Buddy was like, because he calls him Buddy more than he does Chucky. To be honest, I think in this movie. I like how he thinks he's protecting Andy by killing people that he doesn't like the boyfriend of Karen, of his mom. Or he gets jealous, and like I liked that. I liked how that they did that. And I like the kill. I just like the kills were like, to me, like the best kills in the franchise in a while. I think they're really fucking good. The characters, the supporting characters, again, lackluster. They weren't that great, to be honest. Yeah.
Aubrey Plaza was dead in the water.
Yeah, she was just there.
Yeah.
People were ranting and raving on how good she was in this movie. I'm just like, are you
not really?
Kidding? What?
No.
Like,
not really.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Andy was good. I'll give it that.
Yeah, I think he's other than Mark Hamill, he was also the standout for me in the movie.
Yeah.
Like say like the Andy Chucky stuff, Mark Hamill and the I want to get what is the kid's name? I want to get his name. He was like they were the chemistry like as like friends and then they become enemies. I like that transition, and the kills were really good, surprisingly really good. But I think the supporting characters are lacking, and I felt like the whole like Stranger Things, Goonies thing they were trying to do wasn't needed. I honestly don't think it was necessary to do that.
To do what?
The whole like the other kids, like the friends, they have like a group, like a posse or whatever. I didn't think it was necessary because they didn't really go anywhere.
No,
not really. It wasn't really necessary because at the end of the day, Andy fights Buddy by himself. So why did you need the other kids in the first place? They don't really do much. You could just completely remove them off the film. I thought it would be better without them. Yeah. Even though the way Buddy is evil is a little goofy.
Dumb.
Because the guy just like in
the worker was all pissed, and so he just decided to put a.
I wish Dan was here because I would say like it's like that Simpsons episode. He turned his crusty dog to evil.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah. That was one of my main problems with this.
When I heard about that, I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" But when I saw it, I was like, "Okay." I was like, "Okay, fine, I'll go with it." And then like the movie got better for me, so I was like, "Okay." Yeah. And yeah, that's pretty much my thoughts. I thought it was shockingly decent for a remake that I did not want. So you guys go ahead. Rob, we're gonna argue.
Yeah, I didn't care for this movie. Look, Mark Hamill, he was fine. Honestly, the way he sounded sometimes was like Joker in Batman animated series, but again, that's good. He does a good job with that stuff, but I just felt this movie was it was just not needed. I felt like the whole robot thing was like we mentioned with the guy who programmed him, to whatever. That's really stupid. But the thing is, like, the doll, everyone's like, oh, like the doll had good emotions between him and Andy. I'm just like, it's a fucking robot. Like, are you seriously like the doll or the robot in Rocky IV had more emotion? I felt like,
I don't think so.
No, look, like, okay.
I still remember that old video. I get it. Paulie fucks a robot.
To be fair, the kills are really good in this movie. The kills are, in my opinion, that's what stands out is the kills. The acting was okay. I thought Aubrey Plaza was, like I said, I didn't think she was good. The kid who played Andy was good. The other kid, the other kids that were hanging out were the.
She was a dead weight, Aubrey Plaza. Yeah.
One scene I really enjoyed was the scene with the head, where he kept trying to hide in the what was that compactor thing or whatever, the birthday scene.
Yes.
That was like probably one of my favorites.
I like the fact that Buddy becomes a killer because of Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 2.
I mean, the whole so like the whole thing about him trying to do the right thing, but it ends up it's like he's confused about he's trying to show Andy that he's a good, but then
his best friend.
Yeah. And that's fine. I mean that whole thing, but still, in my mind, I keep thinking like, okay, this is a robot. It's like how there's just no connection there. I don't. I'm glad they called him Buddy and not Chucky.
Well, they do call him Chucky, but
yeah, but Buddy he's Buddy basically. Yeah. So that's fine. In a way, like I agree with Forga, it stands on its own. It's not the same thing, which I do appreciate that, but I still think this movie it's been done before with some of these low budget films that have to do with robots doing the same thing. I felt like I've seen it before. This is just a way to stand out. This is a way to stand out because they're calling it Child's Play. Right. I will say probably the best scene, other than that birthday part. One of the best scenes is the end and the with the toys. The toys wreaking havoc.
To me, that felt like Gremlins. You mentioned
exactly, and that's why I kind of liked it because that's what it kind of reminded me of because that's also a fun kind of thing.
Yeah.
Other than that, I just felt like this movie wasn't needed. I didn't understand, because like the whole series is coming out on the TV or the TV show's coming out. I felt like this was just kind of like I don't want to say really a cash grab, but it's almost like a filler. They were gonna try to do something to make time for this other thing, even though Don Mancini, he was like really pissed.
Yeah, he wasn't. He didn't want. He was.
And I can kind of understand that because
if this would have been a huge success and they would have made a sequel to this one, maybe his TV show wouldn't have happened. Like he was worried like that was gonna happen, but didn't. So,
it almost reminded me of not as bad, but like the Nightmare on Elm Street remake is when they tried to get someone else to play Freddy and they tried.
This is nowhere near the same.
Look, like Mark Hamill is cool, but it's just not the same. It's no matter how Chucky is just one of my favorite characters.
I know, but like to me, I like that there was never a moment where I felt like he was trying to imitate Brad Dourif.
Well, there was a couple scenes where he's like, he said Andy, like it kind of felt like he was kind of portraying Chucky.
Because Chucky or Buddy in this one, he was not trying to trick Andy. He actually was.
No.
Like I'm sorry. Like I'm.
He didn't know he was tricking him. He didn't know.
Yeah, it's his programming is messed up. He doesn't understand the morality of death and everything. I find that kind of cool. I thought that was interesting.
I mean, it's fine, but it's again, he's a robot, so I felt like there was no like Annie.
Well, Short Circuit, dude. Short Circuit too.
Fuck that.
You know, like Johnny Five is the best.
Yeah, this movie is just I don't know. It didn't need to happen. I just felt like it was just like Thomas said, filler.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Whatever. It's not the worst thing I've seen. It's not the worst thing I've seen. It's not the worst remake.
This is sort of like a bridge going into the TV show, like a bridge gap.
Even though it has
I appreciate people trying new things, but it doesn't always mean that, I guess they should in the end. But yeah, whatever. It's just average, I guess, for me. It's as far as remakes go.
All right, Thomas.
All right. I am on the verdict of Alex on this one. I was actually pleasantly surprised.
Finally, you agree with me. No, just kidding. Go ahead.
Yeah, we agree on a lot of stuff, man.
Well, you haven't agreed with me with Bride and.
Yeah, it's very rare you agree with me.
But I'm on the fence with Alex about this one.
A lot of people share your opinion.
I was pleasantly surprised.
I'm sorry. Here's the thing. I think that a lot of the reasons why people ended up liking this one because of lowered expectations. You know what I mean?
Quite possibly, yeah.
To me, I mean, I felt like that helped me. Like,
I had no hopes for this.
Me neither. And
yeah,
I was one of the loudest voices. I was like, not my Chucky, you know.
No, I had no hopes.
Not my Chucky. I just look at it.
I'm like, what the hell are they like trying to do, like remaking Child's Play? But then,
you know what's funny?
I kept hearing things about it, and I'm like, I might give this a shot.
Hopefully, he gets to watch this part. I talked to him a lot about this movie before it came out, and he kept telling me, "Hey man, what if it's actually good?" I'm like, "No fucking way! I'm not gonna like this one." He's like, "No, you have to see it." And then like when I went back, when I was messaging him like before I saw the movie.
Did Heezy see it for himself before? Or
he did.
No,
he saw it after I saw it. And then I told him like, Heezy, I liked it. He was like, "See?" He's like, "See, you never know." I was like, yeah.
Yeah, but yet he still likes Halloween 5, so it sucks.
You know what? He grew up watching Halloween 5.
But
he actually likes this movie more than me, actually. Right?
I like this movie more than Halloween 5.
Yeah.
And Halloween 6, both cuts.
And
that too.
And Rob
Resurrection. Fuck.
And Rob Zombie.
Out of the big remakes, like the ones that had the biggest name, this is one of the better ones, to be honest.
Yeah.
No, this is much better than Halloween remake and Elm Street remake. Definitely.
Okay, I'll give you that. Yeah, but not better than
hell lot better than Prom Night.
It's not better. It's not better than Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
I still like the Crazies remake, Last House on the Left. I mean, those are
Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Friday the 13th.
I do like the Friday the 13th remake one, but I'm saying
Hills of Eyes.
The biggest thing.
I would even put Maniac above this for remakes.
Maniac's definitely better.
I like this more than the Evil Dead remake.
No, fuck. Man, Evil Dead's awesome, man.
No,
I still put Evil Dead remake above this one.
I hated the Evil Dead remake. Sorry.
I still put the Evil Dead remake above this.
Maybe I need to watch it again. I don't know.
But oh boy,
what?
Yeah, that was a train.
I heard a train.
Yeah, it's about like 2 blocks away.
Is that a passenger train?
It's a coal train.
Oh, so okay, it's a freight. Okay.
Yeah.
So going back to what I was saying, I have really low expectations because I didn't know what the hell they were trying to go for remaking Child's Play, even though they were still continuing on with the Don Mancini stuff with Curse and Seed of Chucky. And I have to say, like, I was pleasantly surprised of how much I liked the movie. I wouldn't, granted, like, I don't like it better than say like Curse of Chucky or anything like that, but the one thing I do appreciate about this movie though was that they named the doll Buddy.
Yeah.
Because like so that way it's kind of like they knew it's like, you know, okay, people are not going to associate Brad Dourif,
the Bye Bye Man.
The Bye Bye Man.
That would be terrible.
It almost reminded me of My Buddy, like a My Buddy doll.
Yeah, those what they were going for. Yeah.
Poor Doug Jones.
Wasn't a robot.
Poor Doug Jones can't save the Bye Bye Man.
No.
But I thought Mark Hamill did a very solid job voicing Buddy. I think he had the right voice, and it was kind of like what Rob said. It was just kind of like if Joker walked off Batman the Animated Series and put his voice into a doll or a robot, pretty much.
Yeah. You want to hear a Buddy song? I actually like that song.
I actually really did like the kid that played Andy. I thought he was really good too.
My best friend.
By the way, Alex, did you look up what his name was?
Yeah, Gabriel Bateman.
Yeah, Gabriel Bateman. Yeah.
Yeah,
he was very solid. I liked him a lot.
He was also in the movie Unhinged with Russell Crowe. He was good in that one too.
Oh yeah, he was in Unhinged. Yeah, that's right. But
I liked how he felt like a real kid.
But the thing is, though, outside of Mark Hamill and Gabriel Bateman, the other characters I don't care for.
Here's the thing, though. I didn't understand why they need him to be half deaf, because they didn't play anything.
Not really, no.
I don't see what's the point of that. Because it wasn't like in A Quiet Place where that was a huge like plot point. Like here, it was relevant.
No.
I don't see why was the point of making that. Other than just have that kid bully him, saying like, "What are you death? Oh, you are." I'm like, "Fuck you, asshole."
Just a typical kid picking on somebody.
No, dude. That pissed me off, honestly.
Deafness is an actual big, huge disability. That's not something to be fucking around with.
Yeah.
Yeah, but kids are mean no matter what.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what would have been funny if they named that kid Tyler because he was a black kid. He was the new Tyler.
Wow.
It would have been funny if they did, but they didn't. Did you guys like this Detective Mike Norris? Because I thought he was just there.
Nah,
not really. No.
Like they try to make like a friendship with him and Andy, but I don't think it wasn't much to it.
I didn't really see. Yeah, he was. I don't know.
There.
Just there.
Because the reason why that character was good in the original was that connection to Charles Ray. Here you don't have it, so it's like he's just a cop.
That brings me to my point again. There's no connection because
I know. The connection is just Andy and Buddy. Like that's the really
yeah.
Because he has no friends and
And the thing I agree with Alex too is like it doesn't hurt the continuity of the other movie.
It's its own thing.
It stands on its own, which is
because it's its own movie.
It reminded me more of like Pinocchio's Revenge. You know?
Yeah.
You
can stand on your own and be a good, like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake kind of stands on its own too.
Yeah.
I like Pinocchio's Revenge. That's a pretty solid movie. Not many people bring up Pinocchio's Revenge. That's actually pretty solid.
This reminds me of
same guy that did Witchboard, I think, did that. Pinocchio's Revenge. But other than Gabriel Babin and Mark Hamill, I didn't care for Aubrey Plaza.
No.
I don't know what people saw in her performance. That was people rave. It's like she was like stiff as a board.
Yeah, she was just like
because I know that she was like a younger mom, but like they didn't really do much other than she's hot, whatever,
Yeah, she's a pretty.
It's like
she's pretty, but
it's like the same thing they did with the new Aunt May in the MCU movies. Like, oh, she's hot.
Like if she was my mom in that movie, I'd be like, wake the fuck up, mom. Like, man, you look like you're going to sleep half the time. Like,
but I've seen Aubrey Plaza just act better and
other stuff. Yeah,
she's been in other good stuff. Yeah,
like Safety Not Included, Ingrid Goes West, or a lot of other stuff I'm not remembering off the top of my head. But
Catherine Hicks.
Yeah, I don't get why people
no comparison.
And besides, like when it comes to like female horror characters, like I know they're not on the same lines because she's
not bad. She's not bad, but she's just there, whatever.
I wouldn't even say she's really there. She's just bland and just wooden.
Yeah, I guess.
But and I agree with Alex as well. Like that whole posse of kids don't care for them.
Yeah,
because it kind of made it look like it was sort of like a losers club posse.
Yeah, like it was same producers as it, so it's like I see why they did that.
Yeah,
but they didn't do shit with that concept.
Not really.
So like the whole Friends of those is kind of pointless. I think it would have been cool if like they actually did something with that though.
Yeah. Either do something with that, or just don't do it at all.
Yeah, exactly. Either you go all in, or you don't.
Mm-hmm.
So, and they chose not to. So it was like, you kind of.
Yeah, because like I said, at the end of the day, Andy's defeated Chucky by himself mostly. So it wasn't the other kid. So it's like you didn't even.
But I thought it was fun for the most part. I would say rating wise, I give it a 7.5.
Yeah, that's how much I give it.
Yeah, I like I said, I didn't expect anything going into this.
Like a 7.5.
Yeah, like I didn't expect anything going into this. I'm like,
I was ready to give it a 1.
I'm about to say, like, what the fuck are they doing remaking Child's Play? It's like, but the fact that I read into it more and I watched it, I'm like, okay, this is more of a standalone. The character's Buddy and not Chucky, and he's still great. You still have Andy, but it's a completely different kind of universe and things like that. It's definitely a different doll brand. But
it's like what do you call those things? GoPro, Alexa thing. Yeah, that's that.
Yeah.
Like
but yeah, this is a for like horror remakes. Like even though it's not really a proper remake of like the original,
a remake. They're redoing it. It's like they're.
But it's not like but it's very loosely remade. It's not like it's
a reimagining, reinterpretation, whatever you want.
It's not like
it's a reimagining. It has nothing to do with.
It's definitely better than. I would definitely take this over things like the fucking Stepfather, or Prom Night, or.
What about the Hitcher?
I put the Hitcher above. I put this above the Hitcher.
I'd put the Hitcher above this. I think.
Oh, what?
Yeah, I would.
Even though in the Hitcher, though, I really like Sean Bean as the Hitcher. I thought he was fantastic. But
I'm gonna put the song on, but I'm gonna get hit with copyright.
I would put this above like. What are some crappy remakes?
Prom Night.
You could have put that song on when we were talking about Seed. Move along, move along.
I did say Prom Night.
Prom Night,
I'm trying to think of like. I think this is better than like. I know it's not like it's a loop, but I think this is better than the Mummy movie.
God, that movie's atrocious.
I guess if you consider that a remake, I guess.
Yeah, because that's kind of like a loop. Because you figure the Brendan Fraser one was kind of like a loose remake of the Boris Karloff one, but it's more of an adventure movie than a horror movie.
Yeah.
It's definitely better than most remakes today. But I wouldn't say, but I do prefer like other remakes. Like I still prefer.
It's better than the Fright Night remake, which is also just Tom Holland, not Tom Holland. Tom Holland, who directed the original Fright Night, original Child's Play. This is better than the Fright Night remake.
But for remakes though, I would say I still put like above this one. I would still put Hills of Eyes. I would still put Friday the 13th.
Dawn of the Dead. Yeah.
Dawn of the Dead.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
Other Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
I'd put like what's that one? I Spit on Your Grave remake.
Mm-hmm.
I love that one. Left.
Yeah. The Crazies even.
The Crazies I put above this too.
Yeah.
But it's definitely not a bad reimagining, at least in my opinion. It's not. It's actually pretty solid.
I give them credit for not completely copying off everything, but I still wish it wasn't They didn't call it Child's Play. But
the only thing they redid, like dialogue wise, was like, "This is the end." You know, that's really it. At the very end of the movie, that's really it.
But yeah, but the thing is, like, I don't think you needed to call this Child's Play.
Well,
I feel like you can kind of name it something else.
They called it Child's Play to get people interested. That's all it is.
Yeah, I mean, hell, you
prefer if it was called My Buddy or something like that.
No, like Buddy or something. Like there's things you can. I don't think that's more appealing than Child's Play.
Yeah.
You know, it's all about marketing too. It's like you gotta get people to be interested.
And I would say like it was kind of lazy how they just gave them the name.
Like if you look at the poster, I mean that's Chucky right there. That's all, holding the knife with the striped, shirt. It's that's Child's Play Chucky right there. That's what they're trying to go for.
Yeah. Like, I did think it was kind of lazy how they gave him the name Chucky.
Oh, I want to say one more negative thing is I did not like the look of the doll.
Yeah.
I thought he looked really stupid.
Yeah.
To be honest.
But you know what though? After a while, I just kind of like get used to it.
Honestly, I prefer a Curse of Chucky look over this.
At first, like when you first show him, like, what the fuck? You know, his head is too big. No, he's thinking when he's out in bright, like in the daytime, it looks fucking stupid. But like when it's like more like he's hidden in the shadows. It looks okay, looks passable, but they could have. Yeah, you're right. They could have done a better one for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I did feel bad for Buddy because he was like, he felt bad. Like, I'm sorry.
I didn't feel bad because he's not. He's not. I didn't have any emotional attachments because he was a android or robot, whatever.
Yeah.
I farted, by the way.
Anyway,
I farted multiple times during the stream, but no one's heard them.
So,
but overall, this is a
me and Thomas liked it, and Rob
very solid, very solid. I did not expect to like it as much as I did. I will admit.
I didn't think to like it at all. No. Again, don't judge a movie before you see it.
I always say that. I always say that. Don't judge it before you see it.
I learned the hard way sometimes. You know? I tell people that too. Like, don't make the same mistakes I do sometimes. Don't fucking trash a movie before you see it.
Don't judge the next Karate Kid before you see it.
Even yeah, I showed people the clip. I showed people the clip of the going monks. Like, what? The trailers.
Oh man!
The trailers to the next Karate Kid did not show the bowling monks. That was the problem.
I got your Halloween costume, Alex. A monk with a bowling ball in your hand.
Zen bowling. I guess strike every time.
Yeah, and when you throw the ball, you gotta go.
Yes, and if it goes in the gutter, it just magically.
That'd be hilarious.
We should all go bowling and watch me be the only one to do that, and then I win.
Oh man!
You guys go like, how? And I'm like, you gotta appreciate next Friday.
You gotta pray.
You gotta pray to the monks.
We got to pray just to make it today. I say we pray.
All right. Final thoughts on Chapter Remake.
Solid.
I like. It was good.
I give it a thumbs up.
I know. Rob didn't like it.
I give it a Joaquin Phoenix thumb sideways.
He doesn't like androids.
Yeah.
So, okay, the remake went on to do $29.2 million domestically at the box office and $44.9 million worldwide with a $10 million budget. Not bad, but I guess not good enough to do a sequel. And the way this movie ends,
that was only $5 million more than Seed.
And then the way this movie ends, the sequel's not even necessary because they killed Buddy. So it's like, whatever, it's over.
No, he's a robot. They can bring him back.
I know, but like it's not like in the original movies, like, oh, his soul.
All you have to do is get that guy who planted the chip in there, and then have him do it again.
He killed himself.
That's true.
Oh, his soul's gonna go in the Buddy.
Yeah, his soul went in there.
And then they're gonna do Bride of Buddy after that.
Bride of Buddy.
Bride of Buddy.
And it's gonna be played by Kat Dennings. Yes.
Well, you know what though, that'd be good because not only that, but it's like you have Kat Dennings. You got Kat Dennings, and then you can have Mark Hamill suck on blue titty milk.
You just made Rob puke. Get to puke out of that blue milk.
Oh my god!
That blue titty milk.
All right, and Rotten Tomatoes, it got 64% from critics and 57% from audience at Rotten Tomatoes. IMDb, it got 5.7. So, not great, not too bad. IMDb is higher than Curse, Seed, and Bride. And Cold. And 3.
Mm-hmm.
And 2, actually.
Wow.
Oh man.
Yeah.
What did 2 get?
Sorry. It's higher than all the sequels except for it's higher than all of them except for 1 and 2. 1 and 2 are higher than the remake and IMDb.
They better.
All right, so yeah, yep, that is all. You guys want to rank them because I don't know.
Oh yeah, I didn't think about ranking these.
Yeah, we can rank them up real quick.
Yeah.
You want to go first on your ranking?
What, me or Rob? Go. You go ahead, Rob. You go first.
Yeah, I'm about to say because Rob mentioned it. I'm like, you want to go first?
Are we starting from worst to best then, or?
Yes, worst.
Okay.
What is the worst? I think we're all agree the worst.
Number 8 is Seed for me.
Yes, I agree. Seed.
Yep. Number eight for me is Seed. Yeah.
Okay.
Number 7.
Number 7 for me is the remake.
I actually agree because even though I like it, I put it as number 7.
Yeah,
Wow.
I put it there too.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
For me, I'm always gonna prefer Brad Dourif as Chucky, but even with Seed,
yeah, I put the remake at 7.
Me too. Yeah, I agree with that.
Okay. Number 6 would be Cult for me.
For me, it'll be Curse.
6 for me. What did you say? Yours was Colt, Rob, and yours was Curse.
Yeah, mine's Cult.
Mm-hmm. This was hard for me. Yeah, I'll put a Curse.
6 for me.
Would it be Bride?
Probably Bride of Chucky. Yeah.
Oh wait, I got those switched around. Hold on a minute.
Uh-oh.
I fucked that up. I got them written down here, but number 6. Wait a minute. Hold on. Number 6. No, because I said in this. Number 6 would be higher. Bride for me would be higher than Cult. So no, number 6 would be Bride.
Right.
Cult. I put Cult ahead of Bride.
Okay. So number 6 for you.
Number 6 for me would be Bride, and number 5 would be Cult.
Okay.
That's how I got those 2 switched.
Okay. So Thomas, here number 6 would be Bride as well.
Yeah. So my 8 would be Seed, then 7 is the remake, and then 6 is Bride.
Okay, that's the same thing I have. Okay.
Mine number 8 is Seed, 7 remake, and 6 is Curse.
Okay.
Okay.
5 for me is Cult, so that's where I switched Bride and Cult. So 5 is Cult for me.
5. I would put Colt of Chucky as number 5 as well.
Same here. Cult.
Okay.
Yeah.
4 is Curse for me.
Same thing with me. Curse Chucky number 4.
4. This was hard for me then because I'll probably put Child's Play 3.
Okay.
What?
Yeah.
Oh,
I love Child's Play 3.
I'm surprised you put Curse so low. Okay.
I don't know.
Okay, so that was number 4. Number 3 for me is Child's Play 3.
Number 3 is also Child's Play 3 for me.
For me, it's Bride.
Number 2 for me is the first Child's Play.
Same thing with me.
For me, Child's Play 2.
Okay. Number 1, Child's Play 2.
Number 1 is Child's Play 2.
Number 1, Child's Play 1, the original.
Okay.
Yeah, so those are my 8. Seed. Oh yeah,
Thomas,
they are.
you and I had the same ranking.
I think we did. Let's go through that again. So 8 was Seed.
Seed.
7 was the remake.
Yeah.
And then 6 was Bride for me.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
5 was Colt.
Yeah.
And then 4 was Curse.
Yep.
And then 3, then the original.
Original and then 2. Yeah, we had the same ranking.
Wow.
That's awesome.
So, and what was yours again, Alex?
Mine was 8 was Seed, 7 was remake, 6 was Curse, 5 was Cult, 4 was Child's Play 3, 3 was Bride of Chucky, 2 was Child's Play 2, and 1 was original.
Oh, so you like Bride more than 3, huh?
I know, but barely though. Like watching them again, like I used to have Bride higher. I used to have Bride at number 2, but now I'm watching the other ones again. Child's Play 2 is better. It is.
Yeah.
Child's Play 2 has better characters. All right, yeah. So, yeah, that was the Chucky movies, old seven, original, and the remake.
That's a great box set, by the way.
Alex,
Yeah.
Alex, what does the inside of that box set look like?
Real quickly.
Do you have the DVD one?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, the Blu-ray is about the same thing. It's just Blu-ray.
I know. Yeah, that's just Blu-ray. Info stuff on here.
Oh, so are they on their own separate disc?
Yep.
Whoops. Fucking.
They each get their own disc, which is nice.
Chelsea 2, Chelsea 3. Right, and everybody's favorite scene.
Yeah.
And then you got Curse and Cult right there.
There we go.
Yeah. And then the box, and then the back. Sorry, the back.
It's a way better box set than the Nightmare on Elm Street Blu-ray set. That thing's a piece of shit.
What extras do they have on the box set of Chucky?
Well, it's the same extras they have in the other.
Oh yeah, that's right.
All the Curse of Chucky and Cult of Chucky stuff, I think, is the same.
Yeah.
I've had to say, I forgot that 2 and 3 don't have features.
They don't.
It's funny how they finally, provided you with the first movie in a box set, whereas before it was the killer cut, where it was always
just
2, 3, 4. Never had one.
Because it was, the sequels are Universal, and then the original was. So they finally agreed.
I kind of wish 2 and 3 would get Scream Factory editions.
They should. I mean,
the first one got one. It's like, and with 2 and 3, you can interview so many people.
Yeah.
I mean, for two, you can interview.
I want to see a Jamie Silver's interview. Damn it!
And it's like especially with Child's Play 2, you could interview Brad Dourif, Alex Vincent, Christina Lees, Jenna Gutter, Garrett Graham. You can interview like the animatronics people. You can interview the writers. You can't interview the director, sadly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Hey, so before we end the show
now.
Okay, before we end the show, what are our expectations for the TV series? It's gonna start on Tuesday.
Do it like Cobra Kai.
Yeah.
But it seems like they might be doing that. But
bring back nostalgic characters and try to have them have some kind of arc.
Mm-hmm.
From whether it continues from their past or not, just have them go somewhere. I feel like they need to, if you're going to bring them back, have them have something important to do.
From what we've seen so far, it looks like at least Andy and Kyle are they're going to be both going to be hunting for Chucky or Chucky's, the Chucky's and Tiffany.
Do you think Catherine Hicks still around?
Yeah, she does conventions.
Do you think, huh?
She does conventions about Child's Play.
Oh, does she? I've never been to conventions.
If you look it up on YouTube, she's done a couple of Q&As about.
I know she's older. I know she's up there, but do you think she'll be back for the TV show?
I hope so.
I would hope.
I wouldn't see any other reason why. Yeah.
I'm really curious to see what kind of role Devin Sawa is going to play.
Yeah, I wonder why they're bringing him in it. I wonder why.
A new character. Well, it takes place in New Jersey, in Hackensack, New Jersey, where Charles Lee Ray's from. So there's that connection. Why he's there.
I mean, I really like him. Yeah, I really like him as an actor. I'm just curious to see what he's going to do.
Lexa Doig from Jason X is in it too.
Lexa Doig. Yeah, Rowan from Jason X. Yeah.
So she's gonna say, what's going on? Charles fucking Lee Ray, that's what's going on.
Yeah. Jason fucking Voorhees, that's what's going on.
He's gonna go to space. Yes.
What happened to Earth 1? Well, it's dead.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wait for someone to go, hey, Slappy.
Yeah. Oh man, we're gonna see an android fighting. We're gonna see the buddy,
and then we're gonna hear let the bodies hit the floor playing in the background. Let the bodies hit the floor.
You're gonna hear Man from Houdini's piano score.
No, you're gonna hear my best friend.
I mean,
got a friend in me.
Dominic already said they're not gonna do Easter eggs of the remake. because he hasn't seen it. He's never gonna see it. He said he's never gonna see the movie. So yeah, but you're gonna get references to all Easter eggs to all the other movies. So yeah,
whatever's canon is canon. So
yeah, the remake is not canon.
Well, obviously,
unless it's the multiverse.
And you figures for me so far, I've met 4 of the people associated with Chucky. Well, I guess technically 5. Yeah, people rip on stuff.
That's what pissed me off about Final Destination 2 is when they killed his character off. Like, it's freaking ridiculous.
People say like, "Oh, he looks in his 40s." Like, yeah, it's called aging. It's called life.
Well, you know what? I know.
Like this.
Well, the thing is, I think Devon Sawa did have a little bit of a drug problem.
Yeah, but that's like his own personal issues,
But you know what? He's been sober now for over 10 years.
Let me tell you this. He was really good in Escape Plan 3. Even though that movie wasn't as good, he was good in it, though.
He was the best thing about Escape Plan 3.
Yeah.
You're about to say Expendables. Like, he's in Expendables. When?
No, Escape Plan, yeah.
Honestly, he should be in the Expendables rather than fucking Megan Fox.
That don't make it easy. She's not an action star.
I think Devon Sawa
Ronda Rousey was more believable than Megan Fox.
That's an action.
Huh?
She was in Transformers. That was an action movie.
Yeah, but she wasn't that great in them.
She didn't do any action other than jumping and screaming, "Sam!"
No, she was posing for the camera.
I guess you can say I technically have met 5 people from Chucky.
She was posing for Michael Bay's desires.
What's she gonna do? Sleep with all the Expendables in the movie?
Yeah.
Okay, if she's gonna be in it, then Shia LaBeouf should be in it. Yeah.
I guess you can say I technically have met 5. I've met 5 of the Chucky people because if you count Devon Sawa and the Chucky TV show, you can say he's part of the Chucky universe now.
Yeah.
Because you figure I was gonna say 4 because I've met Alex Vincent, Christina Elise, Fiona, and Danielle Bassetti, but if you count Devon Sawa, then that's 5.
Yeah.
Because I still have not met Chris Sarandon, and I still have not met Catherine Hicks or Brad Dourif or things like that. Oh, and on top of that too, I never got to meet. I know he does conventions too, but I never met Garrett Graham either, who played the foster dad in part 2.
You gotta tell him you do meet him.
There needs to be some conventions around here.
It's kind of funny. I don't think Garrett Graham really gets child's play.
To him. Rob and then almost killed me.
Yeah, in the middle of the freaking field in a tent.
Well, the thing is, what's kind of funny is like when people meet Garrett Graham, they don't really bring up Child's Play 2 that much to him.
I would say, how's it going, Garrett?
They always bring up Phantom of the Paradise.
Yeah, but no one cares.
First rule of the house: don't touch the expensive stuff.
Open
Shut up, Paul. Shut up.
All right. So we're all looking forward to the TV show.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing how everybody plays a role.
I'm looking forward to it.
One of the main things that, like I said, I'm really curious about is Devon Sawa. I'm about to see like what he's going to play into the show.
I'm curious to see how they're going to do Chucky. If he's going to be more serious and funny, or is he going to be kind of like he was in Child's Play 2 or Child's Play 1?
Look is really like Child's Play 2.
Yeah, but I mean, they could. I mean, are they going to have like some serious episodes, like where it's going to be he doesn't talk at all, hardly, or?
Well, it seems like he's going to talk a lot.
Yeah, from what we've seen, but we don't know. Like,
all right,
yeah. Oh wait. Oh, look at this old picture, guys. This is from. Where was this from? This was like, oh my god, this is me dressed up as a. At my old house as a like a crypt creature or something.
Skeletor? What?
No, it's like a I don't know what they call like a crypt zombie. But I had like a staff. I had like a skeleton staff or something. This was back in what was this? Like 2000 like what? 4? Something like that. 2000. This was a long time ago, but yeah. I just found that picture.
Your table's dying, Fork. I'm sorry to hear that your table is dying.
What?
He means his tablet.
Yeah.
Kind of like how he said the cat was in his chest, like Xenomorph style.
Your table's dying.
He means tablet.
Yeah, I know.
It's kind of like he said the cat was in his chest, Xenomorph style.
Tables have souls. Yeah.
Xenomorphs have souls too.
Yeah. All right. So yeah. So that was a good show, and we're gonna end this now. So,
All right.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks everybody for watching. Forka, A4Heezy, he was on for a bit. Yeah. Anybody else watches? Anybody else watching?
Thank you.
Yeah. Hope you enjoy the show. Hope you enjoy the Chucky series is coming up this week.
And what's the next episode going to be about? What are we going to do?
I don't know.
The Room.
Well, at least I know next month we're doing Ghostbusters. Because this Ghostbusters movie is coming out.
Yeah.
Well, I got to get Dan on for that because he's
and we're the movie busters, and we can't not do a show of Ghostbusters when a new Ghostbusters show movie is coming out. You know.
Yeah.
We're called the Movie Busters, for God's sake.
For a reason, yeah. We love movies, but we also like busting them.
Wide open. Busting them wide open.
Yeah. Only the bad ones.
Yeah.
All right. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.